What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Tales from Rukon for our official second stream. We have a couple pretty cool announcements. First of which, we are now officially youtube.com/Tales from Rukon. You guys got us over the benchmark we needed to get our own custom YouTube URL. So thank you all so much for subscribing, for putting in the watch hours. We could not have done this without you, and hopefully we hit our next milestones quickly as well. You guys have been absolutely awesome so far. So we will probably not be interacting with chat too much. Might have one or two of us in the actual chat itself, but we're not going to be verbally interacting during the game. But we will have an intermission in the middle where we will kind of be filtering back in from our personal breaks and talking and hanging out with you guys live then before we get into the second half of our game. So without further ado, we return to Echoes of Chaos. Last week, our band of unlikely allies met in a tavern in the small, remote town of Ekrin, near the edge of the Oulmarch, the largest area of swampland in the Kingdom of Midfall. After meeting one of the locals, the three outsiders discovered that they were sent by different people to find the same artifact, at the same time that townsfolk have been recently disappearing. The local, Ragtag Farnswallop, theorized that these events may be connected in some way and offered to help guide the newcomers to the artifact they sought, which was rumored to be within the Oulmarch, where he also expected the missing townsfolk to be. After some shopping and discovering a new disappearance of the new-to-town weapon shop owner's sister, they made their way into the Oulmarch, where they were attacked by a group of giant spiders. After a hard-fought battle, they ultimately emerged victorious, then setting up camp in a makeshift structure in a nearby tree, resting to heal their wounds. The next morning, however, they awoke to find Ragtag missing, and that they were now in the middle of the marsh with no guide. So, Thrag, Nikita, and Galadh, you all awaken more or less at the same time. None of you are in a deep or comfortable sleep, but you are well rested enough that any injuries you had are healed up, and any spells you expended are now recovered. And Galadh, you piece together based on the times of everyone's individual watches that you've slept approximately 7.5 hours, which puts the time around 3 a.m.
All right. Does anybody see Ragtag?
You could start with hello, good morning, how did you sleep, handsome? But no, immediately with the questioning and the interrogations.
Morning. It's sun's not even out yet.
For the record, none of you have seen the sun in almost a whole day now. You cannot see sunlight through how thick the brush of the swamp is.
Who was last up? I took first watch, and then it was either you or Ragtag.
It was Thrag was second. Galadh wasn't taking a watch because he was the most wounded and was sleeping the whole night to recover. So it was Nikita, Thrag, Ragtag, and no Ragtag.
So it seems we have ourselves a problem here.
Maybe he go to bathroom.
I will call
Ragtag!
out. Or you'll call out.
Ragtag!
Ragtag! Hello!
No,
Hello!
You hear it kind of echo through the trees and kind of high frequency reverb out, but no response.
Hello. Well,
where to go?
this is not good.
All right, can I take a look around, see if there's any signs of struggle or anything? It looks like
I'm gonna make
out of place.
I'm gonna make a perception check as well.
Sure.
Or would that be perception or investigation?
Because we're looking for the signs, I think it's
because you are searching for because you're searching for specific signs of what might have happened to Ragtag. That would fall under investigation.
Okay.
Oh, we actually have a double-digit number this week. Amazing. 16.
2.
Neither of you find any signs of struggle. It doesn't look like some battle happened or anything while you were away. But what you do see is a few more of those kind of needle pin spaced out holes in the bark of a couple of the trees near you that you have seen kind of periodically the whole way here since you were in the woods near Ekron.
If I remember correctly, we set up camp near the spiders, right?
Relatively close, yeah.
Yeah.
And we were up in the trees, right?
Yes.
Boys, while you look around, I go check near spiders, see if maybe he go by spiders. Maybe he look for something around there. Maybe he dropped like some quarters or something, and he went to go look for his change. I will be right back.
Seems unlikely, but all right.
I'm going to.
Galadh, do you think we should follow all these pinholes?
Perhaps. It seems like that might be the better option of rather than just wandering around, you know? In the meantime, I can work on preparing my spells for the day, and I will check my book and see if I have anything that might be useful in locating our friend.
So, while Galad's doing that, Nikita, roll perception, going to check near where the scuffle happened.
I'm rolling low today with investigation to be 6.
This will be perception because you're kind of
perception.
You're not necessarily searching for something so specific. You're just going
4.
to see if there's anything really different from where you guys fought for. You do not see anything. The site of the battle looks essentially as you left it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to one of the giant spiders, the one that got burnt to a crisp, and I'm going to tear 2 of its limbs off.
Sure.
Right.
It's simple enough to do without it resisting.
I have my dagger that I have, and I just start hacking away at the legs. Nice big, meaty legs, and
without it pulling away, it's a simple task. You only takes a couple hacks with each one to actually sever the legs.
With that, I don't see anything around. I kind of mutters to myself, fucking yokel. And I head back to the camp.
Cool.
Upon my arrival, I say, "Good news, everybody! I have breakfast," and I show them the spider legs.
I will create a little bit of fire so we can.
No, it is cooked. I cooked it last night when I did the fire on it. It's fine. It's very good. Don't worry. You ever have giant spider before?
Yeah. I'll dig in.
Delicious.
And in the meantime, while I'm eating, I will cast me a 3rd level Speak with Plants. Since there are in fact trees around here.
There are many.
Yes. So upon casting Speak with Plants while munching on a spider leg, good morning, Mr. Tree. How are you today? This fine middle of the night, early morning.
I am good.
Would you perhaps have been paying attention sometime within the last 8 or so hours to me and my fellow party members here?
I was aware, but I don't need to pay attention too much.
Okay. Well, any chance you may have perhaps seen anything out of the ordinary coming in here? Perhaps grabbing one of my friends here, the old one, Ragtag.
Nothing came to grab anyone.
Okay then. Was there any out of the ordinary magics or teleportations or anything of that sort in the last few hours?
You all building in my branches is out of the ordinary.
Anything perhaps other than that, and I do apologize. I perhaps should have asked beforehand, but unfortunately I did not have this spell prepared, so we could not necessarily have communicated until now.
It is fine. You did not hurt me. But I saw nothing strange outside of you.
Galadh! What are they saying? All I hear is creaking.
The local trees here have not seen anything that, out of the ordinary. So no leads on Ragtag here. So I suppose we should.
What if it is ordinary for tree to see creature and it not out of order? Maybe is grammatic freak. It tree.
I suppose I will rephrase the question. Mr. Tree, my party members would like to know, was there anything ordinary that happened last night?
There were birds that roosted in my branches. That happens a lot.
Were any of them perhaps large enough to carry off a medium-sized person?
No.
Okay. And about those spiders that we've seen, are they new around here? Are they long-standing, colony or whatever?
Spiders in the marsh are common, though there is one I've seen that is different.
Okay, that's interesting. About when did this spider show up?
Hard to say. Time is strange here. It can be hard to tell.
Okay. Is it perhaps significantly larger than your normal spiders around here?
I have not seen it up close, but it seems large.
Galadh! Anything
Yes.
else?
It seems to have seen a very large spider in the vicinity fairly recently. At least recently enough that it may be our culprit for our missing compatriot. So
Where
back
is
to the talking to the tree.
Is there a
would you-
time limit on Speak with Plants, by the way?
10 minutes by the looks of
10
it.
minutes. Okay, yeah, you're good.
Would it would you happen to know roughly which way you last saw it going?
It is hard to tell where it goes. It doesn't move normally.
Okay. Well, Nikita, Thrag, do you have any questions for our wooded friend here?
I don't know what to say.
I will quickly translate everything that the tree has just said to us.
If does not move regularly, how does it move? Does it float on top? Is it flying a spider? Is it does it use its teeth to walk? I do not know. Maybe this tree who can see with eyes for trees knows answer.
Mr. Tree, my friends here would like to know, what you mean by it moves irregularly?
It is hard to tell what paths it takes. I do not know how it moves.
So you would say it's unpredictable in its directions, and compared to the other more normal spiders, you would say?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna point in the direction of the town we came from. Do you happen to see it moving more frequently in that direction, perchance?
It has not come close very much. I am not sure where it goes or comes from.
I'll translate that to the rest of the party, and
As you're translating, I don't sound like that.
Would the tree like some spider? I think I have more than I thought. We could bury it in ground or something for it to eat.
I will ignore that.
I'll take a leg of that.
Eat, my friend. Well, work associate.
Try.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
thank you very much
leg.
for your help, Mr. Tree, as well as for the shelter throughout the night. Is much appreciated.
Thank you for the conversation.
You're most welcome.
If we're going to find Ragtag, we should probably get going.
Yes.
But which way?
DM, you said there was some holes or something that were either different from last night or in a different direction or something?
No, you just noticed them when you didn't notice them prior. It doesn't mean they weren't there prior, but they are tiny and hard to see. So
Gotcha.
you are now noticing that they are on some of the nearby trees.
Okay. Do they look like they're heading in the direction we came from, or a different direction?
It's not necessarily a trail of them. They're kind of sporadic. Like you'll see them on a few trees, and they're pretty spaced out, like feet from each other. There's typically a couple feet between each point, and spread out and kind of randomly placed over like a couple trees, and then you won't see it again for like another 30 to 50 feet.
Okay. Does it look even remotely familiar with anything I've ever seen?
No.
Okay.
I'll be honest, this is a little bit out of wheelhouse for me. I would like to get out of a creepy woods. So let's just start moving somewhere. I don't know. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe he just, somewhere.
All right.
Let's keep moving the way we are going.
Cool. So as you guys are leaving, just have everyone make general perception checks.
I don't see shit. I got a natty 1.
I got a nat 20.
Okay.
And I got. You said perception?
Yep.
15.
Ragtag got a 1. He has no idea where he is.
So you guys have been traveling east pretty much this whole time. Ekron is west of the Oulmarch, and you've been going in the east direction. So you kind of continue in that direction since Galadh has a good sense of direction. Kind of just keeps you pointed that way. After about 5 minutes of walking, Nikita, you notice an orange hair floating in the water that's about a foot long.
An orange hair?
Yep.
Nikita's, I am looking around, kind of darting my eyes around here, like at every single thing that's creaky now that we're just kind of walking around by ourselves out here.
And actually, I'll say, because you rolled a nat 20, you also see slightly higher up in the trees than the past few. Here's another patch of those needle pinholes in the trees, kind of right around the little puddle that this hair is in.
Nature boy, look here.
I will go take a look.
A ginger was through here, and someone leave hole in trees again. Maybe this person is ginger that like to climb trees with holes, and she has long, beautiful hairs, and she is romancing Ragtag right now, and so she's so beautiful he left with her.
I'm gonna say the three of you make wisdom checks.
Just rolling like shit tonight.
16, 1-6.
Cool. So
Is
Thrag
this 8 or is this 3? It's 8.
Are you using that die again?
It's gift I must use.
I know. You just need like you need like a key of what each of the symbols, which number each symbol is.
I think those are called numbers.
Yes, but one that's like the specific pictures of those numbers and which numbers they actually are.
14.
Real life intelligence check. Tell you, I failed mine.
So it was 14, Nikita?
Aye.
Okay, so Thrag was too drunk, he doesn't remember, but Nikita and Galadh, you both recognize the hair as the hair of the female Dave, who is currently missing.
Okay.
Did we see her?
No, only I saw her.
Actually, yes, you're right. Only
Yeah.
Galadh saw her.
Yeah.
The rest of you didn't go out that night. You stayed in
Because
the
I
bar.
actually went to, I actually went to the shop briefly. Well, everybody, this seems to be Dave from, or at least Dave's hair from Dave's swords. So we appear to be on the right track here. I suppose we should continue roughly this way. And question for the DM: these holes in the tree, are they all roughly the same shape or the same pattern?
To say they're holes, it's not like big hole. Like it's literally like someone went to the tree and poked it with a needle, maybe a slightly thick needle, like a thick sewing needle or something. And so they're tiny, which is why they're really hard to see. And had you not found a couple of them via some good perception rolls in a row and noticed a pattern, you wouldn't even be thinking to look for them.
Okay, but like pattern-wise, they're all like the same pattern?
No,
No?
they're very sporadic.
Well, I mean like the actual physical
Like the
They're all-
design.
they're all
like,
the
on a specific tree. They're like dot 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 like in a triangle, or
Nope,
they're just
completely
random random dots?
Yep.
Okay. And they're always the same amount of dots?
Nope.
No. Okay. Oh. Hmm. Well, I suppose we should keep going in this direction. Follow these dots.
We
I'd like
seem to
keep,
be going the right way.
It does seem that way, yes. I suppose I will keep an eye out for the rest of the dots. You want me to roll for dots or whatever?
Roll for dots.
Roll for dots. We'll say roll. You are looking for them specifically, so it's investigation.
Yeah.
And since you know exactly what you're looking for, since you've seen these patterns before, roll with advantage.
Okay. A 14.
You're able to, now that you're kind of seeing a general sense, the general pattern of like where they're at least showing up, even though there's no pattern for how many dots, the layout of them, or anything like that. The pattern you are noticing is they're kind of spaced out fairly evenly, which is about every 60 feet or so. You're seeing a new kind of patch of them. So now you're looking for them. You're kind of following the same way for a little while. I'm going to need a perception check from all three of you.
$16.
Knit 20. Another one. What the hell?
Little dice are rigged. Roll some more nat ones like I do.
You said perception, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's only a 3. Again.
Gotcha. All right. So, Galadh and Nikita, you notice at the next kind of set of trees that have them that you're now looking for to keep your sense of direction, you see bones at the base of that tree.
Someone else had breakfast.
Okay. Could I take a look at the bones, see if I recognize what species they're from?
You can. And as you get close to them,
Uh-oh.
a thorned vine shoots out from the tree and attempts to wrap around you. You do jump out of the way. I need everyone to jump into Astral and roll initiative.
Oh, here we go. Good
Dean,
thing
we're
I'm-
not hearing our music.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
you're
streaming?
not. Yeah, you're not streaming.
Yeah, we've
this
been
book.
messaging you like for the past 10
Yeah,
minutes.
I've been.
got that message.
You fixed
I'm sorry.
it.
Oh no, I'm just not watching. I'm an idiot.
Mhm.
That's
Fools!
my issue.
J'accuse!
Oh, I am loving this dark mode update to the character sheet. That is beautiful. I no longer feel uncivilized.
None of you guys can see it, but we added a dark mode to our personal character sheets that Dean codes because he's a madman,
Mhm.
and because we have house rules and we made our own custom
Yep.
digital
So-
character sheets that work.
Yeah. So D&D Beyond only works for a certain amount of stuff.
1 second.
16 initiative for Galadh.
Cool. Nikita?
3 for Nikita.
3. Thrag.
Thrags is 7.
Okay. Galadh, you are reasonably the first one to respond, being as you are the closest and the one who was just attacked by it. So you're up first. Thrag, you're on deck.
All right.
Oh look, there's a Ragtag. He's big.
Oh, I accidentally put Ragtag.
What? What am I doing here?
Uh-oh.
Hey, you guys!
Oh, there he. Oh, never mind. There he goes.
Ragtag!
Well,
No!
it was nice knowing you, buddy.
He was nothing but dream.
Am I the only one not hearing music on the stream or no?
Yep, at this point I hear it.
Huh,
We all
okay.
hear music.
I must just be, well, me. Okay, so, oh dear, I'm up first then? What can
Yep.
I do? What can I do? I wasn't expecting to be first. I'm never first. Not like this.
Not like this.
Wes, we had a whole campaign of you going first. You were the rogue.
Do you know how many times I went first that campaign? Like none. I seriously never.
You did
I
always
never-
roll like shit for initiative.
Yeah,
Jack
I
always
rarely
had a
went
really good
first.
initiative for some
Yeah.
reason.
I was always like third or fourth. Okay. Oh dear. Oh darn. None of this is useful. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm within melee range of this vine thing, right?
Yes, you're right.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna whack it with the quarterstaff. Because why not?
Sure.
Give it a whack.
Use these dice. The other one's been rolling too well, and this one is not rolling well. 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Oh, excellent, excellent. I'm gonna do that two-handed. I probably should have said that before. I'm not used to having one-handed or two-handed weapons. So
I'll give it to you. You haven't used versatile.
yeah, it's straight one.
It only really matters for damage anyway. So as long as you do it before your damage roll.
2.
2.
And that's
Devastating.
yes, all the damage.
Disintegrates immediately
Man, I
after
just-
2 damage.
See, like I just don't have anything I can do for a bonus action. Like, what do I have? Yeah, I have literally nothing I can do for a bonus action.
You'll get those more as
actually-
you level up then.
Actually, wait a minute, hold on. No, I do have one thing. I can cast Flame Blade, but that's a second level spell, and I want to save that. So yeah, no, that's it for my turn.
All right, Thrag, you're up. Nikita, you're on deck.
Alright. I'm going to run right up to it. And I'm just going to take a two-handed whack at it.
Alrighty.
Let's try a different die. Maybe I'll actually roll high enough. Uh-oh. 11? Does an 11 hit?
11 does not hit.
Okay. So, yeah, Thrag just comes in, just woofs it with the pickaxe, and he just goes, "Oh, let me try again." I'm just gonna bring it back up over my head and just, take a
It's
roll.
quick. So Galadh went to hit, and he hit it, but it's a vine, so it kind of just bent around his staff, and then Thrag missed because it's a vine. It's fast.
The quick boy. So, but this one was a natty 20. Finally, I'm actually rolling
There you
something
go.
decent.
Darts out of the way, but then you get a real clean shot.
Aha! Let's see here. Oh no, we just double it. That's right. Okay. Roll d6. 6, so 12 damage.
All right. It's now the vine's turn,
It's my turn.
and the vine is going to lash out, still at Galadh because that's the closest one,
Hooray!
and rolled the 23.
That's gonna hit.
It's gonna hit. Alrighty. That's not the right dice. Too many dice. Too many dice. That is going to be 12 damage that it hits Galadh for. And it's going to attempt to grapple you, so I need a strength check.
Okay. We used the heavy. Uh-oh. That was a mistake.
Uh-oh.
Strength check or strength save?
Check.
Check. Okay, that's gonna be a 4.
All right, you are now grappled,
Yay!
therefore restrained.
Yay!
That we are up to Nikita. And Galadh, you're on deck.
Nikita, I lift off my finger and excuse me, Mr. Charlie, I am role playing, and I aim my finger and I go bang, and firebolt come out the fingers at Vine.
All right.
Oh. 25 to hit.
25
I mean,
hits.
23 to hit.
That still hits. So it wraps around Galadh, kind of tying him up on the torso, but it's now reached out and taut and not moving, so easier target for you to hit. You get a direct shot off.
And I rolls for damage. 1d10, not 1d8. It hit for 9 damage.
All right.
Because it's vine, it take extra damage.
Yes, it
very
is vulnerable to that. So that. Oh. Yeah. So it actually took 13 damage.
Fantastic.
Cool.
And I will hold back, not to engage too close to vine.
All right. Galadh, you are up. With the amount of damage it just took, you can actually feel some of its strength give, so you have advantage on your strength check to get out of the grapple.
Beautiful. And that'll be a 10.
That's not going to do it. So
all right.
it's wrapped around enough times. You're getting some give from it, but not enough to actually get out of there. So unfortunately, that is your action.
Don't worry, Galadh.
I like to think
Let
I'm
him
just
get you
like
out.
very lightly whacking it with my staff, just like get off.
You're trying to, but it's wrapped
Yeah.
around your arm with the
Yeah.
staff, so it's not really getting any
Instead of
force
like
behind the head.
full arm, it's just like some wrist action.
Mm-hmm. All right, Thrag, you're up. Nikita, you're up next.
I'll get you out of there, Galadh. Don't you worry. And I'm gonna try to attack specifically the part of the vine that's holding Galadh.
Yep.
So like I'm gonna try to like just straight cut it off. That's a 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Okay. The damage is 6.
All right.
Does it give loose?
It does not give, but you did hit, and it is further
Cool.
weakened.
So extra attack, I'm gonna try to just do the same thing. Let go of Galadh. That is going to be a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit, so you get one good shot off where the kind of point of your pickaxe scrapes along the side of it. It doesn't poke through it and sever it, but scrapes along the side of it.
Okay.
But then you just kind of went too fast with your second hit, and it was a little clumsy. You just
Well,
barely
speaking of
missed it.
too fast, Thrag is going to action surge, and he's just going to
Here we
keep
go, boys.
going. So
All right.
that's going to be another miss.
Okay.
He's just flailing wildly at this point.
Good stuff.
And this one actually should hit. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 does hit.
Sweet.
So after a couple just frantic flails that found no purchase, you finally get a good shot off that hits right on where that vine is.
Ooh, and that's going to be max damage. So that's going to be 9.
Oh yeah.
All right, and as you get that point, it hits direct center of where what's left of that vine is, severs completely through it. What's around Galadh completely just falls limp and falls off his body.
Ha I did it!
What's left of the vine retracts back into the tree.
Much appreciated, Thrag.
He did?
Retreated, at least.
Well, it seems I should have expected a trap there. I'll remember that for the future. So with that, can I now go up and examine the body and Perhaps check for other impending traps before I do that.
Sure, investigation check.
That's a natural one. I'm a little distracted from that fight.
Oh, they're bones.
Yep, that they are. There appears to be some bones here. I wonder if they were from that vine thing. Some poor soul ended up much like I did, trapped and whatnot.
Probably. I'll take a look as well.
Well, thank you for the
Investigation.
14?
thank you for freeing me, Thrag.
14. You, being someone who's done a little bit of surviving before, you are familiar at least with that this bone structure is that of a common river alligator. And you put 2 and 2 together that it probably was just lunch for the assassin vine.
Gotcha. It's just an animal. Nothing for us. Nothing that'll give us any hints.
What kind of animal?
Judging by how these bones look, probably an alligator.
Alligator.
Mm-hmm.
Alligator.
Yes, alligator.
What am I doing here with alligator and plant that eat and talk?
You appear to be looking for our friend Ragtag.
It was a rhetorical question, Nature Boy. Rhetorical.
Yes, I have heard of that concept.
Wow.
As
We're
you
not
guys
going to
are,
get any further without checking for Ragtag around. So let's go.
well, as you guys are having this conversation, you suddenly hear this loud rhythmic sloshing that sounds very distant, accompanied by these low kind of thuds that reverberate a little bit.
Is it alligator? Guys, is that alligator?
No.
Far off, like hundreds of feet off, but you can still kind of make out a little bit through the tree. You see something very big moving pretty slowly.
Is it big alligator?
It's too far away to tell.
Well,
Should
I've
we go
never
that
seen
way?
an alligator that big, but I'd rather not find out.
well, on the other hand, perhaps that is what has taken Thrag. So perhaps Thrag, Ragtag, Thragtag, Tag Thrag.
No,
Riggedy,
don't
raggedy,
don't
taggedy,
support the
braggedy.
ships. No.
I will support what I want, Mr. Dungeon Master.
You're right.
So-
I'm not your dad.
So, shall we continue and perhaps chase down whatever is making that noise? That moving shape over there. Perhaps he has our friend.
Perhaps. Also, could just throw us off from where Ragtag actually is.
Nick, I pull out my pipe and I do my firebolt light from my finger, and my hand is just shaking thinking about this alligator, and I go and I light my pipe and say, very well, we go towards giant alligator for little Ragtag friend.
All right. I don't think he's there, but we can take a look.
So are you guys charging in? You trying to sneak up on whatever this thing is?
Excellent question. Oh, do we want to go in and guns blazing, as it were, or do
I'd
we
rather not get his attention.
slow and stealthy? I like it.
All right, I need 3 stealth checks.
Oh, I might actually pass.
12 for Thrag.
Is this 11 or 17? Okay, it's 17. It's 17.
I love how after a year of playing Halric, an 18 is just abysmally disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Level 5.
Yeah, level 5 and not a rogue.
19.
All right, so Thrag is having a little bit of trouble keeping quiet footsteps. It's not exactly his forte, but he's trying his best. Nikita and Galadh. Nikita, you're very used to, not in this environment, but you are used to concealing your presence and generally being a bit stealthier. And Galadh, you're not usually in swamps, but you're still relatively at home in any kind of natural environment like this. So not a big deal for you to be stealthed either. So the three of you pretty quietly make your way over to where you see this thing moving. And as you get closer, you can see what looks like nearly 30 feet tall, with top cresting the thick brush that's keeping out the sunlight, a large walking tree creature. And doesn't notice you. It's just taking these long, slow steps slowly through the swamp.
Okay. I think I recognize this from there. There was a play I once saw, Ring of the Lords. I did a reference to pop culture.
This is
For
a new one
those of
for us,
you,
folks.
for those of you,
Listen,
who
it's
don't
not
know me-
canon. It's not canon.
For those of you who don't know me, that is
That's a miracle.
impressive. I know nothing pop culture.
That's true. We always talk about setting
Yeah.
our counters up for our various things that are frequent, and we never actually set up counters.
Yeah, we need to do that.
So chat, try and keep a counter of Wes not getting pop culture references, because that's a thing that'll happen frequently.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are you guys doing? You see this large walking tree just strolling through the swamp.
I nudge Galadh with my shoulder and say, Galadh, talk to Tree. You are buddy with everyone. You tell him you know him. That is in for you to make deal with Tree. Be like, oh, I know your friend. Your friend let me know about you, and now we are here. And that's how you seal deal. So go seal deal with buddy here. He tell us this man took Ragtag.
Sounds like as good of a plan as I've ever seen.
Galadh, I'm gonna say make an intelligence check with advantage.
All right. Well, I'd say it's a good thing I had advantage, but 11.
I'm gonna say that's enough. It's being from Ethshara, you are very aware of what these creatures are. This is a treant, which is essentially just a large sentient tree that patrols the forest and more or less protects it from anything trying to do egregious harm to it. They're pretty neutral entities that, they just kind of exist. It's been a long time. It's been probably at least 20 years since you've seen one.
Okay. Am I aware of what their general disposition is? Is it more friendly? Is it more aggressive? I'd assume.
Very much depends on how you're approaching it.
Wonderful.
For the most part, it might not even really notice you're not just a swamp animal if you're not doing things that would be putting things out of place in its territory.
Would I be aware if they can communicate without me using speak with plants or no?
They can.
Oh. And would I also be aware of what language they speak?
They actually speak common.
Oh, that is super convenient.
Very fortunate.
Namely, they speak the language. They generally can learn the languages of the general populace around them. So most of the ones in Ethshara spoke Ethsharan, but here in Midfall, they speak Midran, which is common.
And which kind of mildly related to that, we should probably make a point to explain how we approach languages during the intermission. Yeah, during
we'll
the
get
intermission.
there.
Okay.
We
All right.
have more of them. That's the short of it.
Yeah. Okay, so it's how far away is it right now?
Still probably 150, 200 feet off.
Okay. Nikita, Thrag, this here is a treant. It's actually, well, usually fairly friendly and generally okay woodland creature. I'm thinking we should perhaps go and see if we can talk to it, see if it knows anything, you know?
What do you mean we talk to it?
Well,
What do you
Hey.
mean ant? Ant like this big. It is not
Yes,
this
yes,
big. It has this has 2 legs. Walk around. Ant have like 6, 8 legs. It this big.
Yeah.
3 ant. 3 ant. What do you know?
ant, you're not thinking of the correct spelling of ant. It's ENT rather than ANT.
Now
Treant.
you are calling me stupid, like I don't know things.
No,
I went to school, man. I went to wizard school. I know. I know.
Nikita, roll intimidation.
Do I roll anything against that?
Roll.
I think it's charisma
Wisdom?
against that, or wisdom.
I think to be honest, I think my dice is broken. I love my wife, but I need new dice because yet again I get net 20 3 times in one night. I think I'm going to switch dice. This dice
That's
is
unlikely.
broken.
I am.
Broken in the wrong way that people would usually say
Yes.
they need new ones,
Yes,
but
this is the broken that I don't like. Because I rolled a 13, so that doesn't really matter. I would have done a natural 20 to even hope to.
yeah,
get
Galadh, you're
that.
getting kind of flustered by this. You're not used to someone being so confrontationally aggressive.
Typical cats. They're
Typical kid.
always aggressive. At any rate, shall
My
we go?
my tail's
say
all
hi
like
to
fluffed up.
my friend here, this tree, who is inevitably my friend. What with him being a tree and me being, well, me.
All right, so you're going up to approach the treant. As you, so you're not really stealth approaching anymore. You're just walking
Well,
straight up to it.
I'm not. Yeah.
Cool. So are you doing anything in particular to get its attention?
I think I actually have a cantrip that might help here. Hold on. The joys of getting to grips with being a spellcaster.
Galadh, are you going to talk to it in its language?
Well, conveniently, Thrag, its language is our language. It should speak
It speaks
Midran.
Dwarven?
Well, it should speak Midran. Do you speak Midran?
Ah, yeah. Well, yes. That's we're all talking in Midland right now.
I should hope so then.
Oh, well, in that case, hey, big tree guy!
It stops its very slow progression and just slowly turns. And you can see as it turns this kind of humanoid face made out of the various branches and bark formations that just looks very confused and surprised.
Oh, you look like a big friendly tree to me. I was wondering if you could help us find our friend.
I am not a tree. I am a treant.
Which I did try to explain to my friend here, but
Right, treant. Yeah. We're looking for our friend Ragtag.
he is a older human, gray hair, kind of weird accent, and just generally a bit. Well,
I think you all have weird accents.
I do as well. I mean, I am from the north, but it is what it is.
I haven't seen a human, but I know sometimes people go to the old stone building.
Would there happen to be a spider of large and unpredictable movement that has been residing there recently? Another tree further back has mentioned to us that There's one such giant spider in this area.
I believe there may be some spiders there. I've seen some webs in the vicinity.
All right, that does sound like the place that we're looking for then.
Is there
Um,
anything else in this big stone building?
I don't know. I don't need to go in it.
Can you fit in building? You are very big.
No, it is smaller than me.
Would you perhaps be able to point us in the direction of said building?
It's that way.
A question before I
Go,
forgive
go,
you.
go.
You know, ask three. I wait. No
Oh, no,
worries.
no, no, no. I wasn't asking anything. I was going to just start walking.
Oh, wait 1 second. So, are you insect? Because he say you ant, and ant very small. You are very big.
No, he's big tree guy.
I do not.
I am a
Are you like-
treant.
Are you like the little insect that pretend to be branch, but big?
No.
Yeah, at this point,
I am a treant.
Galad's druid heart just kind of goes.
Fine then. Keep your secrets. We appreciate the directions.
I have kept no secrets. I have said what I am multiple times.
Very well, very well. I will find book on you and I will read all about. I bid you good day, and we shall see you. And if you need any weapon cloth, you can have my card. And I'm gonna pull out my business card and hand it to the
I
tree.
would really, really like to see how this tree takes a card, and also how a tree feels about paper. Presumably.
It like in these large branchy fingers, it can't really grab. The fingers are too big to grab the card, so it just kind of holds its hand out for you to drop the card into it, and looks at it and says, I don't know what this is.
And I do not know what you are, so we are both the same right now. Good day.
Please forgive.
You are
my,
not a treant.
Please forgive my feline friend here. He is a little prickly.
Come on, we've got to go find Ragtag.
Good day, Ant.
Bye, big tree guy.
Thank you for your help.
Goodbye, small people.
Your help is much appreciated. Thank you very much.
See you around.
It continues.
Big lumbering stuff.
Its slow stroll through the woods.
He was nice, big tree guy. I like him.
I asked simple question. Is he insect? He no answered. You know what? I do not have business in this forest. It is dirty. It is dark. It is all types of awful. Let's go find Ragtag and get out of here.
I will have to explain to you the nuances of the tree folk later on.
Very well.
So you set off in the direction that the treant pointed you in, and ultimately you do see a small stone building off in the distance. How are you approaching the building?
I would like to stealth on it.
All right. Since you broke stealth to talk to the treant, I need 3 new stealth rolls.
3 rolls.
15 from Galadh.
14.
All right. And Thrag?
I got a 16.
All right. So you all kind of sneakily approach this building, which is submerged in swamp water around the whole foundation, but does have steps leading up out of the water to a pair of heavy stone doors. The building's about 15 feet high, 30 feet wide and long, so it's bigger than it is tall.
I would like to investigate the stone building.
For
I want to see,
well, that's perception then.
I want to see if I know anything about like the stone building, like who could have possibly made it, and
that would be more of a wisdom check than investigation. What you can see at the very least is that there are carvings around the doorway of some kind. They're long eroded and unreadable, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to investigate those.
You can see spider webs coating parts of the outside of the building. So you can investigate the carvings. That's okay. That's a specific thing you're looking for.
Yeah, I'll investigate those then. And because they're like chiseled into the stone.
Yep. So it's kind of a square framed frame to these big two stone doors that look like they would open inwards, and the frame itself is where the carvings are.
Okay. And because I'm a mountain dwarf, I get advantage on said check because of stone cunning.
Sure.
Stone what?
Stone cunning.
Oh, okay.
First roll's a 5.
Enunciation, gentlemen. That is what we must do.
A 12. And is that advantage or proficiency?
I don't know. That's for you to know.
I thought I knew.
We have to not know a roll that we're making at least once to realize.
Yeah.
I should. There's the thing I need to go and memorize, so that
Early
I don't have to go look it up in the moment.
I had it memorized for like the last session, and then forgot about it since.
Yeah. No more characters we've been playing for a year and have absolutely memorized in and out.
Yeah, 100%.
It's all right. There's always going to be that learning curve.
Yep.
So while Thrag is investigating the archways, what are the other two of you doing?
I'm gonna continue stealthing. I'll walk around the other side, see if I can see anything.
It is a windowless, perfectly square building.
Okay. And the archways are the only entry, right?
Yep.
Oh, I just get a +2.
Okay. So that makes your roll a 14?
Yes.
Make my way back to the party.
Cool. You can tell what kind of stone it is that I, the DM, don't know because I didn't know I'd have to have what kind of stone it was prepared. I'll say you can recognize what kind of stone it is, which actually isn't a commonly used one in modern architecture, at least in Midfall. But the sigils that are carved into that frame are completely unreadable. They've just been long eroded.
Okay. Is it like familiar to me at all? Like
No.
any other races that I would know? No? Okay.
Nope.
Well, there's not much I can tell from this stone anymore.
Well, shall we make our way inside then, and see if our good buddy Ragtag, who we've known for all of a day and a half, is in there?
All right, so you go. The stone doors are fairly heavy, but between Thrag on one side and Nikita and Galadh on the other side, you are able to push them open. And I'm actually sending the layout of the room in the Discord, and Dean, you can toss that in the stream if you would like.
Sweet.
So I should probably open the correct folder. There we go. Oh, wrong Discord.
This temporary interruption
There we go.
brought to you by Tales from Rukon. We do this professionally every week, 7:30 on a Friday. You'd think we know what we're doing by now, but it's only our second session, so...
So we don't know what we're doing at all.
Exactly.
It's wonderful. So you guys come into this kind of square structure that is fairly empty except for a square-shaped hole in the floor just past the center of the room. There are more spider webs coating the inside. A broken sewage grate covers the edges of the hole, which is about 6 foot by 6 foot. No windows, braziers are lining the walls that are covered in dust and look like they haven't been lit in years. In the back of the room, there is what appears to be some kind of shrine. There are also bones on the ground in front of you with splintered crossbow bolts on the ground in and around them. It's pretty humid in the room. Gather that a lot of the moisture of the surrounding marsh gets kind of trapped in here with no windows.
All right. I'd like to make my way to the shrine, but I'd like to look for traps on the way, particularly anything that might fire crossbow bolts.
Sure.
Can I see like
roll-
anything on the walls in particular, like holes for those bolts to come out of, or just generally?
Sure. Roll your investigation check to check for traps.
Ooh. I'll take an 18.
Sure. You do see crossbows set up that look like they have some kind of automatic trigger to them, but they do look like they have long since fired and are not currently active.
Okay, is that all of them that I can see that look like that?
Yes, so there's a pair that are pointed towards the entry and a pair that's pointed towards the shrine.
Okay, I will relay that to the party, and proceed with care. It seems the crossbows have fired, but we don't know what else there may or may not be.
Sure.
Who will booby trap Sona? This is perfectly good Sona. Why put booby traps? Oh, don't get too close to me with no towel on, and then you step too close, and then you get hit in chest with crossbow. This makes no sense to me. This forest make no damn sense to me. I hate it here.
Well, you can go first if you would like.
No. You go, Galadh.
Thrag, would you like to perhaps volunteer for
Yeah, very well.
point? Thank you.
I'm going to check for any traps and stoneworks.
All right, you can roll a secondary investigation.
12.
See the same thing Galadh did.
Okay.
These crossbows that have long since had their auto fire activated. And you gather successfully as there are a couple bones by the door and by the shrine.
I'm going to walk over to the opening in the middle of the room,
Okay.
and I'm going to take out a torch,
Mhm.
light it, and then drop it down to see how far it
Wait,
goes.
wait. Don't drop. I grab a little pinch of phosphorus out from. I kind of go through my cloak. Look, here we go, and I put a little pouch has a little phosphorus in it, and then I shake it in my hands. Not shake it, rub it in my hands, and then open up my hands, and I do dancing and lights that create 4 torch-sized lights. They're going to appear as glowing orbs, and I'm going to start sending them down the hole.
All right.
Oh, neat trick.
Thanks. I call dancing lights.
So you're sinking them down, and you can see that it goes about 20 feet down. There is a ladder that begins just past the hole, but you can see it's broken, missing rungs about 10 feet down, and that there is some water down there, though it's hard from this height to tell how much.
Do I see that, or do we all see that looking down there?
I'll say for now, just you see it, because you're the one directly looking down into there.
Okay, fellas, there is ladder. It goes about 20 feet, but about 10 feet ladder over. So do we that shrine over there? We tie some rope to it and then we build ourselves down, or do you guys want to drop 10 feet and hope for the best?
It's okay. I brought grappling hook.
I
Oh.
will. I'll go over to the shrine and take a look, see if it looks sturdy enough to attach a grappling hook to.
So the shrine is a stone table. So it's heavy enough, but you're not totally sure if the weight of you guys would be enough to pull it. What you see on there are some kind of display mount on the table surrounded by puddles of wax that were once candles. Whatever was in the mount is missing. And then a very eroded sigil is carved in the wall above the table, but it's hard to make out what it is.
All right. Thrag, it looks like it will. Looks like it should support us. One at a time, though, probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go more than one at a time with the rope anyway. So
All right.
I'm gonna come over, hook it on. I'll even tie it around, one of the legs of the table of the shrine, and then I'm gonna come over because I have like 150 feet of hempen rope anyway, so I have plenty of leeway to, bring it down and drop it down.
Cool. So you have that set. Did you say you were going down first, or you were just setting it?
No, I was just setting it. I'll hold
Cool.
it while either Nikita or Galadh can go down first.
All right. Who's going down?
My good man Galadh, I will give you the honor of going first down creepy hole.
I suppose if I must. I will.
Or if you can hold the rope, and I will go down first.
No, I think I will go down first.
All right.
One moment here.
Anything happens, you give me a holler, and I will pull the rope back up.
All right, I will cast Bark Skin on myself.
Okay.
Which makes my AC 16.
Nice.
For the next hour.
Okay. So before he gets down on the rope, you see Galadh kind of meditate for a moment as this light green energy forms around his hands and then starts to travel up his arms. And you see any of his exposed skin turn into this thick tree bark.
Now you are a big tree man.
As a matter of fact, yes, I am.
Ant. The ant.
I am not, as you say, an N. And with that, I will grab onto the rope and ladder, climb down as far as I can on the ladder, and then yeah.
Cool. So you drop 10 feet
my
on
way
the
down.
ladder, and then just an athletics check for your descent the last 10 feet on the rope.
This dice. Ooh. Athletics, you said?
Mhm.
That will be a 10. Exactly
Right.
average.
Does he get like an assist?
That's enough. It's a
because I'm
10-foot
holding?
climb down because on a rope. Simple enough. So Galadh makes it to the bottom. Nikita or Thrag, you're next.
I go. I do not wish to stay up here by myself.
Very good. I will hold the rope.
I
Hey, Galadh, do you see anything down there?
Dungeon Master, do I see anything down here with whatever you want me to roll?
So at the bottom of the ladder, you're in a room about 30 feet wide, similar to the one above you, only about 20 feet long, that slopes downward a little from where you are and the walls kind of taper off near what appears to be an open entryway. The whole floor is submerged. By where you are is only a few inches of water, but as it slopes down, picks up to about 9 inches of water, and you can see a very tiny crack in the wall where there's slight swamp water trickling in from the crack. and it looks to be that past the entryway that you can't really see floor. You can only see water from there.
All right.
Nikita, what was your athletics roll?
14.
All right, so you make it down very easily as well. Climb the 10 feet down the ladder, then grab onto the rope and climb the rest of the way down. Thrag.
As I get down to the bottom, I look around and I look at Galadh and I say, "It looks like we are in some kind of dungeon of some type, and I think Ragtag be down here.
Well,
I get those vibes."
well, as long as we don't have to crawl through this dungeon.
That would be preferable. I only crawl with my body center. Good guy, big beard. You'd like him.
So
Always in a gift-giving mood.
Once I feel Nikita's weight let go of the rope, I'm like, and I give the rope a little tug just to kind of feel, how secure it is on the table.
Okay.
And I'm like, just to be safe, I take out a python from.
I like
from
that
the
you stopped
backpack.
being Scottish and became Russian for a second.
I'm all
It's
over the place
infectious,
with this.
man.
It's
The Khajiit
very
accent.
difficult for me to keep an accent, but I'm
Yeah.
trying, I promise. So I take a python and I take out my little climber hammer, and I kind of nail down the python into the floor of the shrine, and then loop the rope through it.
Sure.
Give that a tug, make sure that's nice and secure,
Mhm.
and then
I'll say make a strength check.
All right.
Just to see how well you get the python in there.
16.
Oh, well, you get the paisan
Cool.
there.
So, Thrag, and then, so I give that a tug, say, that should be good. And then I'm going to climb up into the hole and rappel my way down.
All right. Make an athletics check for your descent.
16.
16. You make it down without an issue. So now all three of you are at the base of this ladder, at the top of this little slope.
So, wheat.
I will light my torch with Druid Crag.
I still have the dancing lights are still up.
Oh, never
Yep.
mind then. Well,
Wait,
I'll just light the torch anyway.
Do you know why this is called dancing lights?
I do not.
Watch this. And so the dancing lights is four different glowing orbs that I can mask into one giant glowing orb. And then as soon as it becomes the one big glowing orb, I can make it into like a humanoid form. And then the humanoid form starts doing the can dance. And then I see, look, in practice, I took long time doing that.
That's
You just hear Ragtag in the distance humming.
Anyways, let's make you hold on to one, and I put like one dancing light above Thrag said. You hold on to one, and then I put one above Galad's head. I put one on me. It stays on top of my head, and we put one in front, and then I'll kind of guide the group with that one light in front, and it gives us a 10-foot radius of light.
Cool.
All right.
I'm going to take out my pickaxe,
Mhm.
and I'm going to slam it into the side of the wall just to make a crack in the wall, and just to get the pickaxe in there, deep enough to make probably 6-inch hole in the wall.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for that?
Sure. Strength check.
Advantage because I'm a dwarf who has been mining, or just kind of.
This isn't mining.
Okay.
He's digging the
You're in a
hole.
you're in a
Per se.
Dinky hole.
Uh,
Dinky hole.
You said strength check, right?
yeah.
22.
Okay. So you get it in the wall.
Cool. And then I'm going to take out one of my torches, and I'm going to shove it into the hole in the wall and light it.
Mhm.
And that should tell us when we're close to the exit. Old mining trick, I know.
Good ideas.
Torch is on the left.
All right. So, as you
I don't know.
guys,
I don't know if it's sad if I realize why you said that or not.
Beautiful.
All right. Anyway,
I don't get it.
it's a Minecraft
Yeah,
reference.
Oh.
you need to play more Minecraft.
When you're
So,
digging
as you
down
guys,
in Minecraft, you always put torches on the left so that you know when you're going deeper or when you're coming back to the entrance. Anyway,
nerds.
Yeah. Playing some D&D on stream, you better believe we're nerds.
I say with confidence somehow.
Yeah.
So, as you guys make your way in, wading into this now ankle to shin deep water, you pass through the entryway to find yourselves in a much larger room, about 60 foot by 60 foot, with 4 thick pillars appearing to hold up the ceiling, which is about 20 feet high. You notice in the webs that coat much of the inside of this room, what appears to be a large cluster, like something wrapped up, stuck to the wall to the left of you.
All right.
Ugh, I've got a bad feeling about this.
I'd like to I want to go up to it and kind of slowly try and cut away some of the edges of it with my kukri.
Sure. I'm gonna say make a dexterity check to do it carefully and slowly. Still hand check.
That will be a 12.
Very good. So you're able to cut through the side portion of this wrapped up thing, and as the web opens up, out falls onto the ground about a 3-foot drop. Ragtag.
Oh.
Is Ragtag conscious?
Nope.
Okay.
Although
can I-
I will say the impact of hitting the ground wasn't enough to deal damage only a few feet. It was enough for you to wake up and now have a bit of a headache, and you have no idea what's going on.
Ragtag, it's so good to see you.
Good morning. That was some shit.
What happened?
Spider-Man wraps you up with his spider hands. I don't know.
Do you want some
What
breakfast?
brings you folks here?
You.
well, yeah, we've been looking for you all morning.
Well, that's lucky. Okay.
So you do
How
not want
do you
breakfast?
feel? Do you feel like you could?
I mean, not great.
All right.
He's gesturing at the spider wall.
All right. I will. Do I still have that prepared?
How are you guys doing?
We're okay. Better now that we have the whole
found you.
party together.
We met giant ant.
Yeah. I okay.
He means a tree ant. It's a large.
Big tree guy.
Yes.
Okay,
that.
I came here looking for some missing people.
Yes. And you
I didn't
became
see
a
any
missing
big tree
person.
guys.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
cast
you're right.
Cure Wounds on old Ragtag here.
How's my
I mean-
situation?
Your HP was technically at full because you were sleeping, but you were. It was more of a status condition.
It's just
of,
the worst long rest ever.
Yeah.
Okay. Would Galadh realize that or no?
Yeah, you don't have to burn a spell slot.
All right, sweet.
You would be aware. He was probably paralyzed and restrained and very out of it. And he's probably going to have a migraine for a couple days, but he should be okay.
Oh, I feel that.
He's not physically injured at the moment.
The longest rest ever. Yes. I love it.
So what do we do now?
Yeah, there was definitely at least one giant spider person down here. They got me into that
person?
situation there.
Wait, question.
Is
Is it Spider-Man as in man with powers like spider?
No,
is it man
large
with
spider of a humanoid sort of big big old spider thing. I didn't honestly get a great look at it before I turned into a popsicle over there.
Well, okay then. We should perhaps take this very carefully. That sounds like something we may want to mess with, but not perhaps.
I mean, there's now 4 of us, and there was only one of them. So
Yeah, like I said, we may perhaps want to mess with this to see.
was there one of them? I don't remember.
You don't know.
Well,
Okay,
we're about
fair.
to find out. I suppose if we go deeper and find, we do have the others to locate. I suppose they're
So
likely in the same condition
are
as you
other
were.
you
Pods
actually
on the
can
wall.
see it's not. I was gonna say it's not hard to see, especially with the lights. That as you look up into this room, which you've kind of come in at like the lower left corner of, that stuck to each of these pillars is a body on each, and there is varying degrees of blood dripping down the pillars into the water from each other cluster. There was no
Oh,
blood from
geez.
Ragtag. And as you see this and realize that these are probably the missing people that you've heard about, that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh, you would.
You missed out on good breakfast, Ragtag.
All right, so we will be back momentarily to hang out with you guys and chat for a bit. But in the meantime, enjoy our intermission music.
BRB.
All right, so we are not live now, correct?
Hang on 1 second. We are.
Damn it.
Dane, I don't know if you can hear us, but we. Okay.
I can.
Oh, okay.
Can
I just wanted
anybody
to make
hear
sure
anyone?
you knew. What's that?
Can anyone hear anyone? Do we even exist? Are we just figments of our own imagination? Which one
He
of you is
definitely
the one
put us
hosting
live
the
again, and that's the
simulation
first
for the world?
thing everyone's hearing from Wes.
Perfect.
That's hilarious.
Yes. So for those of you who don't know, we are in fact living in a simulation, and it's all hosted by Mr. Dungeon Master, wherever he is. I don't even know where he is on the
Oh
screen.
God,
Well,
don't blame all of
somewhere
this
way
on me.
up that general direction.
I control what's in this individual YouTube box.
Yes, well,
This is
that
all
is
done very
that's the
poorly.
entire thing. Yes.
Don't direct everyone's
Welcome
existential
to
rage at
intermission.
me.
This is the part where we don't know what we're doing, as opposed to when we usually know very little about what we're doing.
I know what I'm doing. I'm eating fries.
Yeah.
I don't.
Love
You
for
got-
Ragtag. Ugh,
Pork because there is gravy in there.
I barely met the man.
Galadh thought it'd be a good idea to talk to a tree for half an hour. Then he got attacked by a vine, fucking vine, for half an hour. While Ragtag lay asleep in a big scary cocoon, a dungeon, you could have been helping him, but no. Talk to trees.
I love it. Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
That
Just
sums
thank
up
you.
the full.
It's the
like,
best song I've
first,
heard.
Like hour and a half of our.
Yeah. It really does. That's
Got
Leave it to
a
these.
tree.
So leave it to these idiots to stretch out what was planned in game to be about 25 to 30 minutes for an hour and a half.
We had no details. We
Yeah,
saw
we-
nothing. We had no. The first tree we saw could have given us so much more information.
Yep.
He just
I
said a spider.
I didn't plan on you talking to the first tree.
I didn't
the
plan
end
on
of the
me
second
talking to the
tree.
tree either. I just did. I was. What would I do in character, right?
And we
I'm
made
a
it work.
druid. I talk to plants, right? I'm gonna talk to the plant, right? There's a tree.
It's just funny,
who
I
had
set
our
up a
dude
mu-
abducted straight
I
out
set
of
up
the
a much bigger
branches.
plant to talk to.
You could have
Well-
given us the same information. It would have saved us half an hour.
He's not
No,
wrong.
I wanted to introduce the bigger plant. He was more fun.
Tree ants are bigger than ants.
I want fan
Bigger
art of this, and I
than a
want it now.
man. But mostly bigger than ants. Tree ants, they walk real slow. They made, what was it? You called it a rhythmic sloshing?
Yes, in the swamp water.
I didn't like that.
Yeah, me neither.
I loved it.
It's swamp water. What do you want?
It's swamp water, what do you want? Gonna slosh around in a big old swamp. I'm a tree man. Oh, swampy tree man steps the big old swampy swamp. That's all I got.
Fantastic. 100%.
More than I had. Shit.
I don't get to be a
Absolutely
bard during the game anymore, so I have to do it during the intermission. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Just wait till we get our one shots with our old characters. He's
yes.
the bard. It's gonna be beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Ran tick 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 tock.
I have no
Alright.
idea what you're talking about, Tercero. I'm sorry. Thank you, Puddles.
Oh yeah.
Adjust
well,
my air conditioning, and then we can.
I was gonna say, like, while Dean had
What are
the
you, euphemism
the
for
guitar
something?
out for a moment, what I should have said was play Tree Bird.
Tree bird.
I'm as tree as an ant.
There it is.
Wonderful. Okay. So
I appreciate the fact that you like everyone's shirts, Puddle, but I don't even know how you can even see mine.
Yeah, let's do a quick shirt check. Quick shirt check.
Mine's very dark green.
We got Dane. We got
sweatshirt.
Dane. What's happening on Dane's here?
it's magic from X-Men.
That's great. That's very good. Riley.
Oh, mine's just a green sweatshirt.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Wes is rocking the plaid as usual.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Plaid as always.
I have. This is hard to see, but I have very tiny tigers on my shirt, and the reason for that is because Jaydee sent me a text earlier with their shirt, which is big tigers. And on seeing that, I didn't even kind of make a connection to the fact that they're playing a cat person, and I was just like, "Oh, I have a tiger shirt too. I can wear that." And mostly just got excited about that. That's where I'm at right now.
That's amazing.
So, Dungeons and Dragons.
resuming back into the mess of the actual game. So you have cue the music if there is
Yep,
music.
about it.
Cue the music and then back into the actual game. Okay. No, I hear music. Cool. So you just discovered the 4 clusters, one on each of the 4 pillars, holding up the ceiling of this rather large room. Blood streaking down from each cluster of webs into the water.
Well, that doesn't look great for them, but maybe we could check on one.
Yeah, I'll go.
Are there any that the blood isn't coming from?
Ragtag was the only one who didn't have a blood drip.
Well, I'll go cut the rest out and see if they're even remotely half alive.
So there are four pillars arranged in kind of square shape. Which one are you going for first?
I will go to the one to my right. And if
You
that's
came in
bad,
to the
I was
left
gonna
of all
say
4 of them.
Okay.
So they are all to your right.
I will go to the closest one then.
Okay. So you go and cut open that one, the smallest of the 4, and you find the female Dave. There is not much blood trickled down. She is unconscious, but she is very much alive and looks relatively unharmed. Kind of similar state to Ragtag, just maybe a little bit worse.
Okay. I'll leave her for now. I'll go cut down the next closest one.
All right. Next up, you see... Actually, before I finish this, I just remembered I have another map. Or sort of map.
The map.
Image to replace, because you have now gone downstairs.
This loading screen brought to you by whatever these chips are. I don't know what they are. I just know that they're.
You don't need a loading
actually,
screen. I just
pretty
sent it
good.
to the Discord for Dean to put in the stream.
Yeah. I gotta get our sponsor plugs in while we can.
So the second one that you cut down is you cut open, and it's a human man in his late 30s. That's 6 foot, average build, and a longish brown hair, thick beard, and he looks a little bit worse for wear than Dave, but also is alive but unconscious.
Does Ragtag recognize him?
Yes.
I was gonna say that was gonna be my next
his
question
name?
to Ragtag.
You recognize Rob Albin, the local handyman, who was the last one to go missing that you were aware of.
Oh, geez,
Left
that's
of
Rob Albin, the handyman from the Handy Dandy Albin Man shop. How's he looking?
That's the canon title of his shop.
He's alive. He's not in the best of shape, but he's not awful either. He's hasn't been missing much longer than you at this point, so he's still all right. A little bit more blood lost, it looks like, than Dave, but he'll be all right. The third one that you go and cut down is
Please be the butcher. Please be butcher. Please be butcher.
so you went from the kind of bottom left to the top left. So now you have the two pillars on the right. Top right or bottom right? Which one's first?
Whichever has butcher.
Whichever one's closest to me, since I'm the one with the knife at the moment.
Okay, so I guess technically they'll make it top. So that is the butcher. So you cut down a short, portly woman in her early 50s, who Ragtag, you are aware, was the first one to go missing at this point just over a week ago, and she is dead. There's the most blood drained out of that one into the water, and you can tell that been cold for probably a day or two now.
No, now we must go to other town to get our meat necessities.
And then lastly, you go cut down a lanky teenage half-elf boy with messy, medium-length black hair. Ragtag, you recognize Len Adder, the son of the local kind of deputy, and his mother is the local forager. And he is alive, but in rough shape. He's lost a lot of blood and looks close to the brink of death. Probably.
All right, I will cast Cure Wounds on him. Full healing. Feels good, man. That'll be 11 HP for him.
All right. So you see the color start returning to his skin as Galadh puts this kind of ball of nature energy that forms in his hand and presses it to Len's chest, and it invigorates, and he kind of wakes up with a startle and a deep breath. And
Who was there? Who was that?
what happened? What happens? Where am I? What's going on?
We're in a dungeon. We're not dead, so that's good. We're gonna go home now, I think. Well, we might kill some stuff, and then we're gonna go home.
I don't know how to kill anything.
I'll do that part. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you for finding me. But I don't know. He is just in shock.
Yeah, understandable with being abducted by a giant spider and all. Where's the first one, the female Dave?
Yes.
Was she awake from?
Her, Rob, and Len were all unconscious. Len was just the only one who was in genuinely really bad shape physically. Rob and her have both lost some blood, but they'll be fine.
Yeah.
But they are still asleep. I also need perception checks from everyone.
Uh-oh.
I like where this is going.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I see. Maybe something.
Did you steal your microphone from Oulmarch?
24, but not a natural 20.
3. And also a natural 3.
11.
And Thrag?
Thrag got the 1.
All right. So I'm sorry, who was the one with the 24? That was Galadh. Dean, you can't point.
Sorry, I'm looking.
I'm looking in OBS. That you just pointed to the edge of the screen.
Over there.
To me. So, yes. So Galadh, you notice a sigil underneath the water, where it appears their blood is draining into, rather than just kind of dissipating into the water itself.
Oh no.
All right.
Looks like most of the sigil seems filled. It's like this super slow creep. And
Even the player knows what happens when blood goes into magic things.
Yeah.
Even if Ragtag doesn't.
As you are checking this out, you all hear and can now see, because the room is illuminated, coming from the corners of the ceiling, what looks like a whole lot of skittering movement.
Oh.
Now that the bodies have just been
boy.
removed from the
Nice.
pillars.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing?
That's
Shag,
a very
does
good
Shag notice
question.
this, or does only
You're not
Sorry,
Shag.
does Ragtag notice this? Or does
I'll say you all notice this. It's pretty noticeable in a lit room, as you see a whole lot of the wolf spiders that you fought out in the marsh.
Lots of
begin
spiders, laddies.
climbing down the wall, and you see them kind of congregating by the door that you guys came in from.
Okay. Ragtag's gonna drop an Eldritch Cannon. He just kind of whoop, and one pops out of his hand. This is gonna be a small Eldritch Cannon, so it's not quite hand sized. It's about the size of a decent sized animal, and it's gonna drop on the floor, and just sit there for a second.
Okay. Well, what are the rest of you doing immediately as you see the entrance you came in from getting blocked, and more spiders by the second pouring out of the kind of cracks near the ceiling?
My bark skin's still going, right?
Yes.
Nikita I bring my arms around like this, swish them back and forth, and as I continue to do this, a cloud begins to form around me, and an entire fog cloud. How big is the room?
60 by 60 with 20-foot ceilings.
Okay, so the entire 20-foot radius going from the floor to the roof, and 20 feet out from each side of me goes a fog cloud, and a fog cloud builds around us. And then, can I do 2 spells?
I'm going to say this is kind of all happening at the same time. It's kind of a reaction round. So I'm going to say not necessarily.
Okay. So I'm gonna build this fog around us and between us and the door, so that there's like this, we're hidden within it, and then the door that we need to get out from.
I will say you guys would absolutely see this. I did forget to mention it. There is another door. It's currently closed on the other side of the room from where you guys had come in from. So
that's fine.
You know the one that's getting blocked is the way that you guys came in and is a clear way out. You have no idea where the other door leads to. But the door being blocked by the spiders is just the one you came in from.
Let's go through other door.
Yeah, Shag books it.
We hide in cloud.
Ragtag books it towards that door as he drops the Eldritch Cannon behind him.
Cool. Len gets up and starts running with you. What are you guys doing with Dave and Rob Alwyn?
I can.
They're unconscious.
Maybe carry Dave.
Right.
Yeah, she's small.
Yeah, okay, I'll carry Dave.
Carry the big one.
So, Thrag, make a strength check. As this dwarf picks up this 6-foot tall man.
Oh god, I rolled like shit today.
Beautiful. That was me last game, so
That's a 6.
nice.
So it's not so much that you can't lift Rob Alden's weight. He's kind of an average-sized guy. It's just he's 6 feet tall and you are not. So you're trying to just pick up this person that is bigger than you, and it's
He's too tall. Somebody grab his legs.
Try the princess carry. Why don't you?
The princess carry. Okay, I guess I'll just reorient.
Nikita or Ragtag, are either of you assisting Thrag?
Ragtag is going to. Ragtag's going to help Thrag.
Okay, so now both of you make strength checks with advantage because you're both grabbing.
I just picture them doing the Ragtag grabbing his feet and Thrag grabbing his arms, and the two of them running like like nurse style.
Looney Tunes.
That's what I was picturing too.
Yeah.
Love it.
19 actually.
All right, so I'm sorry, Thrag, what did you get?
30-20.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So with 2 people, it's much easier to grab this man. As you grab him and start running, and you all book it for that doorway. Ragtag, what does the Eldritch Cannon actually do?
The Eldritch Cannon is going to fire off a flamethrower
Okay.
at the door of spiders, the spider door, as it were.
Cool.
And they, I guess, all need to make a 15 dex check.
Okay. I'm making 1 for the group because that is a lot, and they don't.
Okay. Bad news for them. And that's going to be 12 damage for them.
Okay. So a good amount of them get singed and kind of stunned in place for a moment as they try and shake off the sudden blow of damage, but it doesn't really quite kill any of them. And more are starting to swarm in. But it is enough to slow the first chunk of them that had gotten down close to the ground. It slows them down enough that it gives you guys the extra time to get the distance and get through that door. So you are... It was close, so I do need a strength check from whoever is the first one who had run through. So who had taken point? Was that Nikita or Galadh?
Good question.
I was kind of staying back doing the fog, so I'm going to say that.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be me then. All right, what am I rolling?
Okay, so strength and...
Uh-oh. Strength will be a 9.
Okay, I'm actually going to say you have advantage because Len Adder is helping you. He's a lanky teenager, but it is 2 people pushing on this big stone
All right,
door.
make that an 11 then.
Okay, so that is enough. So you just barely shove this big stone door open. It is pretty heavy, and get through. The rest of you come right behind. So now who is going to try and close the door as these spiders are chasing you?
Ragtag's got his hands full.
Nikita will try and close the door.
All right, strength check.
Thrag will also, as soon as we're within the door, Thrag is going to drop the guy and go to try to close the doors.
So you drop Rob Alvin's feet. So now Ragtag, you're just kind of standing there with his hands and his body's laying on the floor in front of you as Thrag goes to assist Nikita. So Thrag, make a strength check. And Nikita.
Ragtag's standing there like, wake up, 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 wake up.
That's going to be an 18 for me.
Okay. So you 2 together pretty easily get it shut. And slam shut just as you hear a whole bunch of skittering right on the other side of it. So.
That was a sticky situation.
I get it, like webbing.
Oh.
I guess
Let's
it
hope
was
they don't have another
metaphorical.
way to get
Yeah.
around.
So you are now in a stone hallway, about 10 feet wide, that extends for nearly 100 feet in front of you before turning to the right past where you can see. The floor slopes up slightly, so after about another 10 feet, you can see there's only about an inch of water on the ground as opposed to the 9-ish inches there are where you're currently standing.
All right.
At the moment, it does seem you can stop and breathe for a sec as no spiders got through the door, and there aren't any on this side of it.
Okay.
I guess we go this way.
Yeah,
I suppose
keep on
so.
keeping on.
Should we watch for traps perhaps? I feel like there may be some.
Nah,
some
probably
coming.
not.
No. I suppose.
No,
there
that
may
was
be.
sarcastic. We absolutely should.
Okay.
Ragtag's gonna make a perception check.
Okay.
6. He's not very good at these.
Can
a
I
hallway.
assist him on
Yes,
that? Or...
Galadh can also make a perception check.
That's not good. Perception. Oh man, it's a good thing I have proficiency, and then that's a 10.
Okay.
Unnatural one.
Stone hallway.
All right. Well, it looks okay to me.
Yeah,
How about
sounds
you
good to
guys?
me. Let's go.
I'm glad we're all so confident about the state of this hallway. Let's go.
Len says, "Where are we going? What are we doing about them?" Pointing to Rob and Dave, who are currently unconscious.
We're going home and we're gonna get them some rest.
I'm still carrying Dave.
Okay. Are you guys, now that you have a second to breathe, are you going to just carry them the rest of the way through all of this?
Probably shouldn't.
We should wake these guys up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you should probably try to wake them up.
Ragtag's gonna try to wake them up a little bit. In fact,
All right.
can I find a Ragtag just pulls. Ragtag keeps like a few rocks on his belt to enchant now and then, just with
Okay.
various magical abilities. So he just pulls one, and he's going to. I have here that one of the things I can do with magical tinkering is make it emit an odor. Can I emit the odor of like smelling salts?
I think so.
Okay, cool. So he takes a wrench and just like bonks the rock, and it just kind of stinks a bit, and then he holds it under the nose of Dave and the other one.
And
all
actually,
right.
can I assist
roll
that
for
with
both of them.
Druidcraft? Because I can
Sure.
create odors with Druidcraft.
Cool. So between the two of you, you definitely make it enough of a kind of blast to their senses.
We're
that
just a
both of
couple of
them-
stinky dudes, huh?
Both of them shake awake.
Shake
Rob initially looks kind of similarly in shock to Len. God, what happened? My head. What's going on? And Dave is just like, shit. What the fuck did I drink last night?
Probably not enough for what you've been through.
God, I feel
Spiders?
like the last time I drank on my birthday and went a little overboard with it.
Hey, you guys know how those people have been going missing? Well, I guess you wouldn't. So people have been going missing, and here you are.
I
go home.
gonna say, you're in this particular scenario, your people.
I think we're people in every scenario of our lives. That
too.
doesn't really change.
Well, you are welcome for us saving you.
You're right, I am. And is what Dave says as Rob just, oh yes, thank you so much.
So
All right, let's get out of here.
Let's get the
Ragtag
stomping, eh?
continues down the hallway.
All right. The Rob and Len kind of confusedly continue following, both still a little bit in shock. Dave actually seems to pretty much already be on board with, fuck, something happened, I'm getting out of here, whatever, and is kind of right up next to you guys following you.
Sounds like a Dave.
Yep. So Galadh and Ragtag had made perception checks. Nikita and Thrag, I would like you to make them as well.
Perception 12.
21.
All right. So both of you can actually see the same type of pinholes that you've seen in the trees in the floor and lower parts of the walls here. And a bit more consistent. Not like a couple feet and then 60-foot gap.
Ragtag,
Yeah,
Look
what's up?
look at floor. Is this
That's the floor.
Okay,
Down
please.
there, all right.
Okay, please, mister. I'm trying to be serious right now with you.
Mhm.
Look down here. Now I have forgotten what I had to say.
It was about floors.
Oh, the little holes in floor.
Oh yeah, I
this-
saw those.
Is this spider person?
Can Rag make a nature check?
Sure.
16.
You're not sure. You know you've seen them. They, kind of led you to where you are, but you're not 100% sure that they are a spider thing.
I'll be honest, I don't know. Hey, you seem kind of crunchy. Can you check these out?
Pointing to Galadh.
Kind of crunchy. I don't know why I found that so funny. All right, I will take a look at him. I guess. Is that investigation, perception, or
I'll say nature. probably.
I'll say It'd be investigation. I'll give you nature because you're asking if
Nature,
it's
alright.
a spider, if it's an animal-based creature.
Oh yes. Oh yes, that's what I wanted to say. That will be a 23. Not a natural 20, but still 23.
It's maybe. It's I'll put it this way. You put it together that it's possible, but it doesn't resemble any spider being that you have ever seen.
I roll a natural 19. That's what I get. Okay. Well, it's certainly natural. I don't know if it's perhaps
Apparently
a
not
spider
a natural 20.
Well, you're not a natural 20. Whatever that.
I'll give that. It's not a spider being like anyone that you would think of or know of.
It's
So
it's
it
no
is
spider
not a
being
spider that
caused.
caused them. You have the answer to that question.
Okay, it's not a spider that caused these then.
All right.
What it is,
That's
I
ominous.
don't know, but moderately concerning, I
Keep
suppose.
your guards up. It
Yes.
can make holes in. Is this floor stone?
Yes.
It can make holes in stone. That seems powerful. Keep your wits about you, I guess.
Yeah.
And his he holds his wrench at the ready, glowing just a little bit with a flame at the end, with a firebolt ready.
Neat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have my
So
My-
what's the
my staff
marching
out.
order here?
We're not going to
Ragtag
get
will go in
anywhere
front.
if we don't try to move. So then Ragtag, or not Ragtag, Thrag is going to take
ragtag,
the
rag
front as
check.
he just
Here we
starts
go.
moving.
Well, Ragtag and Thrag both just said front, so who's actually front?
We both awkwardly try to go for the front, but then Ragtag lets Thrag
It is
go.
actually
Oh,
wide.
yes.
It is wide enough that you could theoretically stand next to
Yeah,
each
we'll,
other.
we'll take front. Ragtag on the
Okay.
left.
Cool. Who's behind them?
Yo,
Nikita or Galadh?
I'll take a second.
Okay.
I go list.
And then the townsfolk behind them.
So Dave will be behind Galadh, then Len and Rob, and then Nikita.
I always get really nervous when we spend this much time talking about who's walking in what order, because it seems like something's going to happen bad to the person in the front or the back. Let's go. I don't know why I said that out loud just now. Let's go.
So you come to the bend, and you make turn to the right. There's a quick turn to the left, and then it kind of tees for a minute, and you look down one of them, and it hits a dead end, and you realize, based on where you see more bends down the path, that you're in some kind of labyrinth of tunnels.
Ah, jeez. Okay.
All right. So, this sucks. I'm bad at these.
Say, because you're both in front, Ragtag and Thrag roll a survival check.
Okay.
Survival.
Try and get your bearings in
And
this.
moderately related, would keen senses give me any kind of
Direction.
advantage or better sense of direction in a labyrinth?
Dean, it was too fuzzy. I couldn't see what was on the dice.
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
Yeah, my
11.
favorite roll.
I will say, Galadh, sure, you can also
Oh,
make that roll with advantage.
Beautiful.
I also have keen mind. Should I also roll with advantage?
Yes.
All right. What specific thing am I rolling?
Well, this was based on survival.
Survival. Okay. 12.
Okay.
16.
Okay. So you both Nikita and Galadh, despite the fact that you're not in the front of the group, you're kind of like yelling potential directions up to the group. You're getting you're able to kind of make a bit of a mental map of these passages as you're getting through them. As you turn down one, After marking another kind of dead end passage, you see a figure laying on the ground ahead of you.
Ragtag's gonna make an investigation check.
All right.
Drink.
We need a counter.
I'm changing Ragtag's name to like Bazinga or something, so it's completely different enough from Shag that there's no chance of me saying it. Okay. Ragtag's gonna make an investigation check on that body.
All right.
And that is a 15.
Okay. As you go and kind of poke the body, of what you getting closer can see is a gnomish man. He kind of flips over and goes, "What the fuck?"
Well, right there with you, buddy. What brings you here?
He sits up. So the rest of you can see him better now. He's got short, curly brown hair parted in the middle. He's thick sideburns and a charcoal-stained suit of leather armor. It's lanky even for a gnome. Oh man, am I glad to see all of you. I've been trapped down here for 3 days. Thought I was going to starve to death. I'm Yegrum. Pleased to meet you.
Ragtag Farnswallop.
Yeah,
Gestures to everybody else, like, be polite.
Make it a.
Len, and I'm Rob, and they're kind of looking like they have never seen this many outsiders in the same place at once, on top of being in a strange dungeon. So your local townsfolk are borderline about to freak out.
Can you remind me his name again? I'm sorry. The gnome?
Yegrum, Yegrim.
Yegrim, thank you.
Yep. And well, what are you lot doing down here?
Well, I got spidered.
And then the rest of us came looking for old Ragtag here, as well as the rest of the missing townsfolk.
I see.
As well as a rod.
Oh, so you're down here for treasure as well?
Are you?
That is why I'm here. I heard about some artifact that was here, and thought I'd try my hand at grabbing it.
What kind of artifact?
Not sure I know you well enough to disclose the details of what it is I'm doing.
You've been down here for 3 days. We're being chased by giant spider people. This is not a situation for secrecy.
I thank you for the help I'm assuming you might be able to lend me, but I think I might be able to help you as well. See, I know the way out of here. I just can't get out here on my own.
Why is that?
Well,
giant spider people?
Well, partially giant spiders. They're on that side. But the other part is this contraption I found at the end of this. I've been wandering this maze for 3 days. Got plenty lost plenty of times, but I did find a door, but I can't get through it, and I think you may be able to help me with that. Come on.
Okay.
Ragtag is keeping a very close eye on this gnome. He does not trust him.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, neither do I. Can I make like a what check would that be anyway?
I'd like to make an insight check on the gnome.
Yeah, definitely.
6. I'm really not rolling well.
That's okay. If I roll a 1, I roll better than you 6. 14.
That doesn't make me feel better.
You guys are just keeping an eye on him, and,
He's-
and I just
he's
go, I don't like you.
He
in front of
is.
me.
He is hard to read. You can't tell if he's being truthful or not. You're not getting any particular hints that he's lying, because you just don't know how he is in terms of his mannerisms, how he speaks or anything like that. So at the moment, he seems like potentially shifty, or potentially just I mean, he did admit he's down here hunting for treasure, so he could just be one of those types. You're not entirely sure yet. Thrag, you just say to his face that you don't like him?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. We don't all need to like everyone that's around us, as long as people around us are useful.
I really don't like you.
Okay, getting kind of heavy in here, folks. Let's keep going. Tell me about this contraption.
All right, come on, follow me. And he's like, stretching and pushing on his back as he's getting up, and kind of takes point and brings you through this labyrinth, which takes a decent chunk of time. It's wide enough that you're not necessarily going single file. So at one point he kind of just hangs back in the cluster and taps Nikita. And rolls a nat 20 on his sleight of hand, so none of you see that. So he taps Nikita and says, Oi, I was only supposed to meet a Dro'qar here, who I assume is you. Is everyone else here trustworthy about the job?
No.
Got it. I assume it's circumstance. That's why you have so many others around you then, so I'm not gonna judge. I was trapped down here myself. I get it. But, what should we do about that then?
They are useful for now. We do the job, and when the job is done, we take care of it then.
All right. Sounds good. And, goes through the rest of the passageways and brings you out to a bit of an opening. You come to a single stone doorway with no handle or visible area to push and open it. It seems kind of wedged within the actual frame it's in. In front of the door is a large checkered platform with what appear to be chess pieces about 3 feet tall each. Most of the chess pieces are off to the sides of the board, and the ones on the board appear to be positioned like a game was already started. Long dried blood is streaked across the silver and obsidian board with some bones and skeletons around it. And we can all open up Astral so that you can see what we are seeing.
I think I've seen this before. One of us has to sacrifice ourselves at the end.
I got another reference. Beautiful. I love it. This is weird. I'm not used to understanding references. So confused right now.
Oh, jeez. Oh, this is wild, man.
Oh.
This is really good.
Oh, I love it.
I like it.
Oh, this
I
is
just
gonna be so
realized
much fun.
Totally forgot to put his name on the board. So he gets a quick deep gnome. Yegrum.
I don't know. I like Sverfneblin.
Okay. There we go. Yegrum with you guys. And we'll say Rob and Len and Dave are kind of hanging back a little bit. This is a bit out of their wheelhouse. So, what do you guys do? This is what you see in front of you. Sorry. Off to on either side of the big stone door is a stone basin that is completely empty. That is the only other visual. So you have this chessboard, and you have the 2 basins on either side of the door at the end. So, what
Two
are you
questions.
guys doing? Yes.
Does chess canonically exist in Rukon?
Yes.
Okay, can I make an investigation check to see if Ragtag knows the rules of chess?
I don't think you need to investigate if you know the rules to chess. I'm going to say almost definite
I'm gonna
that
say he
Nikita
would.
and
He reads
Ragtag
a
do
lot.
because they're both readers.
Yeah.
I'm going to say make a intelligence check to see if Thrag or Galadh do.
All right.
Less likely that they would have played than the other two, but certainly possible.
Intelligence, you say?
Yep.
11.
17.
I'm going to say you've both played chess. You might not necessarily be the best at it, but you know the game and know the rules.
Okay.
So this is the setup of pieces in front of you. There are silver pieces and obsidian pieces. So,
Maybe if
back.
Maybe if we just hang back, they'll kill each other.
They are not moving at all.
Worth a try.
Completely still.
Okay. Ragtag
I think
is
this-
going to step onto this white space.
Okay.
Actually, I'm sorry. No, he's not. He's going to step here.
Okay.
Does
Nothing
anything
happens.
happen? Nothing happens.
Nope.
Okay. Ragtag then steps here.
Check.
And he's standing like really rigidly, like this. like a piece.
I'm gonna say make a perception check.
Okay. This is really not his strong suit. I should have put some wisdom points in.
Which actually, this is
14.
okay. I forgot about this. So perception check saves me in that you would see it now. The two basins, one basin is silver and one is obsidian. The silver one has a glowstone that seems active, and the obsidian one has a glowstone that is not currently lit.
The silver one is active and the obsidian
Yep.
one is not lit? Okay. Ragtag then steps back here and looks at the glowstone.
The basins are on the other side of the board, next to the door at the far end. They're on
I
either
see.
side of the door.
I see. Can he see it from here?
Yeah, you could
Okay.
you could see them.
Did anything change with the glowstone?
No, you
I-
moving around the board hasn't seemed to change
Okay.
anything.
Okay, I see.
Just testing some hypotheses here. Okay.
Can I Jeez.
Where are all the pawns?
I think
They're off to the side. They're not on the map, but
Okay.
any pieces that aren't currently on the board are off to the sides of the board.
Okay.
Which side are we supposed to be playing on?
it's a good question.
We appear to be on the silver side at the moment.
Yes.
Haven't heard good things about Obsidian. Let's.
Oh, that's that's
That was a
that's
joke
reference.
about the Obsidian Isles in the world of Rukon.
And-
That was not a
and-
joke about Obsidian Studios, the
I would-
developer.
I was gonna say that's a joke related to the previous campaign in the history of this
The
world.
bad guys came from
Very-
the Obsidian Isles.
Very good, very good.
It's funny how that's where I just defaulted, and I didn't even consider Obsidian Studios.
I play a lot of Fallout.
All right, I'm gonna keep making my way across this, making my way downtown, walking fast.
Now, when you say the basins are off, do you mean they're off to the north and south of this map?
No,
Or
so
left and
so
right
you see
side.
there's a door at the very end of the map.
Yep.
They are on either side of the door.
Okay.
So one immediately to the right and immediately to the left of the door, both on that other side.
Can I try to push this bishop in front of me?
Sure. Where are you
Okay,
pushing it?
I'm gonna make a strength check to push it up and to the right.
So to the white space under the obsidian knight?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. It doesn't take a strength check. These are fairly light. It does not, or I'm sorry, it doesn't move at all. And it's like you're trying to move it, and it's just not even kind of budging.
Okay.
Sorry, misread the misread a thing.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna try one of the. That was one of the obsidian pieces. I'm gonna try one of the silver pieces.
Drag sees him
just
moving trying to move the obsidian piece, and Thrag goes, "Don't you think we should try to move the one whose turn it is?
How do you know whose turn it is?
The lights at the end."
That's good. I'm disappointed in myself. Yeah. Why don't you try moving the silver piece?
Okay. So, I'm gonna like walk up onto the board and just kind of
Mhm.
like take observations of like where everything is.
Yep.
And
Aladdin.
I'm going to take the silver bishop here next to Thrag,
Yep.
and I'm going to move it onto the other obsidian bishop.
Okay. It is very light. It slides right away, and as you push it to where that bishop is, it pushes off, and then what seems like a series of pulleys at the bases of them slides it completely off the board. And then
Okay,
the
I'm gonna step
glowstone-
up
the glowstone on the silver basin goes out, and the glowstone on the obsidian one goes in, or ignites. At which point, the obsidian queen slides forward and pushes the silver bishop off the board in the same way, taking its place. The obsidian basin turns off, the silver reignites.
Take the queen! Take the queen!
Okay. So Thrag is now going to push the silver queen onto the obsidian queen.
Cool. Same thing happens. Series of pulleys pull the obsidian queen off the board. And silver queen is now where they were. As you now look,
Check again.
well, as you see again, both lights on the basins fill now as or ignite now. As you see, you've actually put it in checkmate.
Woo!
And with that, the 5 squares in the middle of the board in an X formation actually lift up. Just slightly. They lift a few inches above what was previously a totally flat board.
Only
Like
5
right
squares.
here?
Yeah,
I
like
can't
right in the-
even-
here. I'll color.
How do I do the
Double click for ping.
Here, so we'll say
These
it's this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one.
Oh, okay. Well-
All elevate by a few inches each.
There's 5 spaces. Let's get on there.
They-
Yeah.
Ragtag takes this spot.
Oh.
Okay. You step on it, it clicks back down.
Oh,
It's one of these. Oh, right.
somebody made this into a puzzle.
Hey,
Okay,
listen,
so
if
the
I
4
don't
of
make
you
it, look for the really
Take
old
those
key.
spots. And Yegrim goes and steps on the 5th spot, saying, I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with this thing for 3 days. And as all 5 of you step on those spots, you hear the sound of pulleys and the basins that were previously empty start automatically filling with water that after a few seconds begins to boil and steam. And as the steam starts to lift, the doorway lifts up.
Ragtag relaxes. As soon as that water started rising, he whipped out his wrench and was ready to do something.
There's now an
All right,
open
let's,
doorway in front of you.
Let's get going, I guess.
And if we step off of this, does that doorway close or does it stay open? I'll step
It's a
off.
good question.
It stays open.
Cool.
And you start to hear
Don't like that. Let's run.
run?
Okay, running very
Okay.
quickly.
so all of you, including Dave, Rob, and Len, who were kind of standing back and watching this whole thing in shock, bolt through, and you just see the door. Once you're on the other side, the door just starts very slowly going back down. and you realize you probably didn't need to run that fast.
Did anybody leave their hat on the other side?
Not into hats.
So, on the other side of the gate is a small room with a spiral staircase. I need everyone to make a perception check.
19.
19.
Cool. That's enough. So you
Yeah,
guys
23.
notice the beginning of the stairs going up is to the left of the spiral and facing you. So you would just walk straight up onto it. You notice behind it is a chest.
Careful.
Does it look locked?
Yes.
Can I make an investigation check to see if it's a mimic?
Yes.
It is?
No. He can make an investigation check to see if it's mimic.
I like how we all default to. Oh god, it's a mimic.
10.
It's a chest.
Hey, yeah, you're
I attack the lock with
yum
my
yums. Go open that treasure. Try it out.
Well,
It's all yours, buddy.
Thrag just said he's attacking the lock, so roll a strength. I guess roll attack on the lock.
21.
All right. Roll damage.
Nine.
All right. It wasn't that strong of a lock. So your pickaxe goes kind of right into the rounded section where it would click in and just completely destroys that piece of it. The lock falls off.
Okay. Now
You've also splintered some of the wood on the outside of the chest.
I see it.
I'm going to take my pickaxe and poke at it, and then try to open the lid with my pickaxe, trying to keep my distance.
Well, the lid opens, and inside you see what looks like some treasures to pick up. So you find 100 gold pieces, 50 silver pieces, 100 copper pieces, and 2 potions of healing that are covered in dust but look like they're still good. There's also a cloak and a hooded lantern. But it smells kind of musty, the cloak.
I suppose this is the part where we
How many
decide
copper
if we...
pieces?
100.
And there were 4 potions, you said, right?
2 potions.
2 potions. Those are regular potions.
So we split this later, right? We leave this here for now. We come back, we pull it all together. What do we do? See, I have one bag right here. We put all gold in this one bag, and we deal with it later.
No one's stealing my gold.
Fine, you hold on to bag then.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any objections to either of those things.
Okay, so you guys put all the money in the bag, which you give to Thrag. So Thrag, you can mark down that you have that money.
Yep.
Who's grabbing the potions?
I'll take the potions.
I'll take 1 potion.
Can I examine them to make sure they're relatively okay at the moment?
Sure. With your expertise, you don't even need to roll. You can
Cool.
tell they're health potions. You can tell they're old. They probably will taste a bit like shit, but they are still going to be good to drink and do what they're meant to do. The magic that was imbued within the liquid is still active.
They look like a little syrupy, like some of the water.
Kinda. Not the best, but
Yeah.
do in a pinch. Anyone grabbing the cloak or lantern, or leaving those?
What color is the cloak?
It is kind of a very dark gray, almost black.
I'm gonna pull it out, shake it for a second. I take for now, and
Okay.
I'm gonna roll it up and stick it in my backpack.
Cool.
Book bag, backpack, travel pack.
Knapsack.
Fanny pack.
There we
Definitely
go.
a fanny pack.
Well, fanny pack's a different type of
Yeah,
of,
well,
That's where all my stuff
carrying
is, inside of
capsule.
my jacket. It's in a fanny pack.
So that's all you see in.
I'll grab the lantern.
Okay, cool. You can write down that you have that. So that's all you see in the chest. At which point, Yegrim is already kind of starting up the stairs, walking kind of slow and stealthily, trying to peek up and see if you can see what's around the spiral. You guys following him? You guys
Oh yeah, for sure.
stopping the
him go
plan?
first.
What are you doing?
Let him go first.
Okay.
We follow him.
I don't trust him.
Are you waiting until he's all the way at the top, or are you kind of just following a few feet behind?
No, I'm definitely a few feet behind.
Okay.
A few feet behind.
So
I'll
you
be
guys
starting the line.
follow him up about 60 feet up of spiraling, and you come to a wooden hatch above you. Yegrim tries to push up on it, and it has a little bit of give, but it's not opening.
Strong man.
Very well. I take out my axe and I just give it a good old hit with my axe to see if it'll bust open. Like more, I'm not hitting it with like the spike. More of just like using the head of it to like shove it up.
Okay, make a strength check.
Natty 1.
Nope, it's just a weird angle to try and push up at something with
I'm too damn short
with
for
the thing
this.
in both of your hands. So at the moment, hatch ain't budging. Anyone else got any ideas?
Who is tallest here?
Ragtag's pretty tall.
I believe it's Galadh actually. Galadh's
I think Galadh's
6'4".
tallest. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh,
That's good.
yeah, I think I'm 6'4". Let me double
Wes being the tall one again.
Shocker. I know.
Can I get on shoulders and I see if I push?
I suppose I can try and lift you up. I
Is
guess
there
I'll
like-
try and
Is
lift
there any
you
type of handle on the hatch?
Nope.
Nothing. It's just like
you can see screws that would hint that the handle's on the other side of the hatch.
Let me see here.
Nikita, would
Yes.
a crowbar help?
Yes.
Thrag hands up his crowbar.
All right.
I'll pass it on.
Nikita sticks the crowbar. I get on top of Galad's shoulders. I stick the crowbar in, and I start
Okay.
to like jimmy the door open.
There's enough give that you can get it kind of wedged in there.
And then, so I'm gonna like kind of like stick it in on an angle, stick it in, and kind of like use it as a pulley to pop it open.
Cool. So make a strength check with advantage.
$14.
Cool. So you are able to get just enough force down that it pushes up, and whatever was sitting on top of it, you hear kind of a thud right on the floor that is technically above you, but is right next to where that hatch was, and it lifts up open, also knocking over, kind of pulling up and knocking over a carpet that or rug rather that was on top of it, and you can see a hole now leading up into what appears to be some kind of small room. The ceiling of whatever room is above you is pretty low. Nikita jumping up first since you're the one who opened it.
Yes, I pull myself up into hitch.
You pull yourself up in. It appears to be a storage closet of some sort. There's a knocked over chest and rug that was previously on top of that hatch, and then outside the chest there's a broom, some torches, some wrapped up rope. Pretty small room. Everyone down there probably wouldn't even fit in this room at once. Maybe 5 of you could fit in here.
Guys, down here is small room. It's like broom closet. We might need help to break open next door. Galadh, can you help Thrag get up here? You give him boost, I pull him up.
Get me up there.
I'll give him a push up.
Cool.
Do I need to make any kind of check or anything?
Like
no,
ice cream.
that's simple enough to do. You're tall enough. It's it's meant to be kind of climbed up through.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I
yeah.
find ladder in here. Like a rope ladder.
There is a ladder.
Oh, perfect.
There's a ladder, and it is big enough for you to kind of stick down through the hole.
Convenient.
It's not
Okay.
super sturdy. The bottom being on stairs, but it'll do.
Okay, I pull
Galadh,
ladder
hold on.
downstairs.
Okay. So it's easy enough for Thrag to get up. So Thrag, you are now also in this room with Nikita.
Sweet. I am gonna go ahead and try to.
Hey, Dean has orange, Nikita.
That's what Ragtag does on our off time. He just pets Nikita.
Absolutely.
That's the fan fiction right there.
Oh yeah.
Damn it!
If I don't see fan fiction about that in the next half an hour, I'm
No,
gonna
Wes,
be
stop.
very disappointed. No, give me the fan fiction. I
Put it
will
in
read
the
all the fan
Discord. In the Discord, please.
Damn it, no. Okay, so Thrag, what are you doing? You're in this this
Yeah,
mob
I'm just gonna
closet.
go ahead and try to bust down the door because there's no point in
Okay, strength
putting
check.
more people up. Finally, 19.
You kick that door clean open and realize that it wasn't locked.
Ah.
No one tried the handle.
Yeah.
So opens with
Right.
a lot of ease with how hard you
do,
kicked it.
do I notice it wasn't locked? Like, can I?
Oh, absolutely. There was
Oh,
almost
okay.
no resistance that a locked door would have.
Oh, okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, good
So
job being strong over
looked
there.
down- I
Nice
looked
work.
down. I looked down and I was just like, "Yeah, door was just locked. I kicked it down."
Roll deception. Everyone else roll shit.
7.
Is that wisdom
No, roll insight.
inside? Okay.
The thing.
12.
3.
And Riley, what
24?
was your deception? Or
7.
Thrag? 7 deception? So anyone who rolled above a 7 knows he's full of shit.
He's so strong.
I just look at him.
Just looking at me.
As we're walking out the door, Nikita, I grab the handle and kind of just like move it like this to see if it still works. And says, "I guess it was open," and then continue out.
So exiting the closet, you're in what appears to be a house of some sort now. The room you've entered has very high ceilings, a little over 20 foot, with what would be a simple but well decorated interior if everything wasn't covered in dust and spider webs. The architecture and decor all looks ancient.
Can I make an investigation check to see what I see in this room? I guess that's a perception check.
Yes.
3. God, why?
It's hard to tell under all the dust and webs. You can see like chairs and some furniture, but nothing that seems like you'd be able to even really interact with it at all without getting a handful of spider webs.
Sure. What are there doors out of this room? Is there a house we're in? Literally.
After kind of looking around the kind of central pillar of the room that you just came out of, that this mob closet was in, after peeking your head around it, you can see that there is a doorway, and there are windows on either side of the doorway where you can see out into the marsh, and you realize that this is a door to the outside.
Okay.
It's
and
strongly
this house is in the
barricaded, but
marsh.
from the inside, so with a couple minutes of effort, you could clear out the door barricade.
Well, let's get to it.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I'm gonna stick the crowbar in the things and start like yanking at the boards to start pulling them out.
It's not even like nailed in boards. It's like actual stuff like dressers and stuff that have been moved in front of the door. So it's just a few minutes of with as many people as you have, you'd be able to move all of it fairly quickly. But it does look like someone did put in effort to make sure this house wasn't entered. So you guys get it all cleared out, at which point Yegrum pipes in. I came for treasure, but after being trapped for 3 days, I think I need to get out here and regroup. I don't think I'll be much help in a fight right now. I'd probably get in the way of the shape I'm in. At the very least, I can get these people to safety. I get them off your hands. I know the marsh well enough. I can find my way out here with them.
All right, you do you.
All right.
Let's head back to town.
Now, does anyone else feel like we haven't really solved the problem of the people disappearing? Like we found the people, right?
It's a good point.
I feel like
there is more to the house. That's just what you see in this room.
Yeah, I feel like there's more that we need to do here, you know?
If we burn down the house, that might take care of the problem.
That's a good point, as he raises a flaming wrench.
It is a stone house.
And anything will burn if you light it on fire enough, Mr. Dungeon Master.
Everything has a burning temperature.
Just so you're aware.
Oh, well, I suppose so, but I do feel like while we have found the missing people, we haven't necessarily found the reason they were missing. Not to mention I was here for something else as well, and I just have a hunch that this is where the thing that Thrag and I were looking for is.
I want the expensive rod.
This is just one door. We can go through rest of house.
That's a good point. All right, let's do that.
I think we should open doors so in case anything happens, we get out of house.
That's a good point.
Okay,
Also,
I open this one, and then I'm going to kick down this door as well.
Love it.
Without
so you
checking.
Kick out the front door, where there is another stone staircase leading down. This one's not submerged at the bottom, just kind of muddy. At which point, Yegrum comes up to you, Nikita, and whispers, I was supposed to be a guide. I wasn't able to do that until the end because I got trapped. I apologize for that. But if you complete this, I know you said you're not really in it with the rest of them. I'll be back in the town. I'll be waiting, and we can finish this together.
Does Ragtag see or hear any of that?
I'm gonna say roll perception.
Okay.
Thrag is. I'm definitely going to be rolling perception as well because I don't trust him.
Nope.
15.
I need to fire this dice.
Nope, neither of you see it or hear it. He's very discreet and casual about how he's able to find Nikita and get that delivery.
Fellows, I think I dropped something in last room. I'll be right back.
Was it my crowbar?
Yes, I left crowbar in it left it in another room. I'll be right back. And I go to the other room and I pull out a bit of, like the last bit of copper that I have, and I say in the message, I will find you when I need you. You are not to be worried. I shall take care of this. And I say it into the copper wire, and I close it in my hands, and I shoot it towards Yegrum.
Okay. He kind of looks at you and gives you a nod, and then leads Rob, Len, and Dave out the front door and into the marsh.
Here's your crowbar.
All right. Bye, Yegrum.
Excellent. I didn't want my crowbar to go missing.
So as you guys start to search around a little more, you actually see another spiral staircase that continues to what you assume is a second floor.
We haven't even checked out the rest of the first floor yet.
How many
Yeah,
rooms are
Ragtag
in
will do a
this?
sweep of the rest of this floor. I'll say.
There are a couple of like offshoot rooms, but they mostly look pretty small, and at quick glance in them, you don't see anything that jumps out at you.
I'm just suddenly brought back to that one house.
Some
we went to.
furniture.
Oh my god, I
There's
know.
3 doors on the right-hand side, 1 on the left side, and then in the back corner, you make a left into the left room, and then there's 3 doors inside that door.
Nightmares
And
about
No,
that
it's
now.
not that
The
complicated.
nightmarish mansion of
Yeah.
doorways.
Okay, then Ragtag heads up the stairs.
Come on,
Okay.
let's check this out.
I'll
I
follow.
want to get out of
Ragtag.
here.
As you climb to the second level, the stairs end at the beginning of a short hallway with a door on both the right and left.
On the left side and the right side, is there another door on the same side?
Nope. No.
Okay.
One door
one
on
on
each
each.
side.
Let's go into the left.
Okay.
All right.
So you open the door on the left, and you see a room filled with bookshelves, covered in spider webs, and there is a torn, tattered carpet down on the floor, and the books all look strongly covered with dust. And then there is another door on the far end of this room.
I tap Galadh on the shoulder. I say, Galadh, look at this. Maybe we find some books. We get some spells. Let's take a look real quick.
Yeah, Ragtag actually also wants to really look at the books.
Yeah.
'Kay.
You raise a good point. I'll start pulling the
Oh, wait,
book,
you.
real
Oh, that's
quick.
right.
Just see if I can
Oh, forgive.
find anything
Sure.
Druid related.
You find a lot of these books are kind of common print, common things you would find in pretty much any library you go to. Some of the books are covered in webs to the extent that opening them would probably tear most of the pages, or
Look,
they're
guys,
just completely
dictionary.
destroyed and waterlocked. But you do find about 5 interesting finds. You find a book that's old and dusty and worn, but still readable, called "Remnants of War and Those Who Seek Them," "The Mystery of the Pale-Eyed Prince," an Elvish book called "Nayan Asi Tehel," which Galadh you are familiar with, and translates to "Wandering with the Roadmaker." "Treading Within Mirage: A Mage's Guide to Misdirection," and "Hammer of the Titan," which I will send all of those titles to our Discord so you guys can see those.
I don't suppose any of the books we pull open up a secret room or anything?
No.
Too bad.
The Mystery of the Pale-Eyed Prince. I can it be that I find that book?
Sure.
I find that I look at book and take it around Pale-Eyed Prince, and I stick it in my bag.
I'm gonna say both, since it was mostly Nikita and Galadh looking. You guys said you two can make intelligence checks.
Let me know if you see anything interesting.
12.
Okay.
Can you read?
The book
And
looks
11.
very old, and you have never heard of the Mystery of the Pale-Eyed Prince.
Ragtag takes a look as well, because he's very interested in the books.
Sure. So you can also make your intelligence check.
Okay.
Galadh, what was yours?
11.
11. Same thing. The only one of these that seems familiar to you is Wandering with the Roadmaker, but it's very, very rare to find an original print of this book, which it seems to be. Like, it's a very common story in Ethshara, almost like Little Red Riding Hood would be here. So, like, while it's told and reprinted by various authors and such, like, imagine finding an original, like, 1700s copy of Little Red Riding Hood.
First edition?
Or whatever
Oh, I'm taking
like
that.
that's a rare find.
I'm taking that.
Ragtag got an 18.
So Ragtag, you are aware of the Mystery of the Pale-Eyed Prince. It's kind of this fictional folklore story of war in the northern continent of Etten, and a story of tyrants and heroes and the downfall that ended the war. It's not a very well-known piece of fiction, but it is. You are aware of it.
Okay.
All
And
right.
those are the
And
fancy books
Ragtag
that we
moves
have.
on through to the next room.
Cool.
Yep, I'll follow.
You come into what appears to be a bedroom of sorts. There's a bed. The frame is all broken. Even though it's a stone frame, it still has been cracked and fallen over. There is a torn tapestry hanging on the wall over the bed of the sigil of Duofin, which is a pretty common one. He's one of the more recognized gods of the pantheon. But you all notice that there's a slight difference in this sigil. The sigil of Duofin is a giant squid, commonly depicted in front of crashing waves. And this one, there are no waves behind it, but instead a group of lines spiraling towards the center behind the squid. It's like a strange, different take of the Duofin sigil. But the squid is still very clearly the Duofin squid.
Any chance the lines behind it match up with any of the spidery looking, or not spider looking, the holes that we saw?
No,
various
those are
different-
like random pinpoints. This is like spiraled lines.
Okay.
Completely different. Um,
Can I make a history
I
check
will-
to see if I've ever seen anything like this before in my studies?
sure.
20, dirty.
I'm gonna say you have somehow come across some uncommon folklore in your life, being even aware of the Mystery of the Pale-Eyed Prince as a book that you have also heard, and this would actually be in one of the other books you found, The Remnants of War and Those Who Seek Them book, is a story of groups of people who took action very early in the late First Age, early Second Age, after the war of creation of the world, and there were those who tried to take advantage of some of the powers of that war, and that there was one instance of this version of the sigil showing up in that book, and that is the only time you have ever seen it.
Interesting.
Well,
Ragtag relays that information to the rest of the group. That, if I understand correctly, this is like a war banner of a more militant version of that.
As
Nation?
far as you are coming to conclusions of.
Sure.
Does Nikita know about any of this stuff?
No, this happens to be, you've read a lot, but these are rare stories and you happen to have not come across them yet. You are
So
still
Ragtag fills in the group on that.
all right, let's keep
Did
moving.
you say did Ragtag say War of Creation and all that stuff? Everything that you just said?
Yeah.
I just want to War of Creation. What is War of Creation?
that you would be aware of. It's kind of a song as old as time that most people
That's what I
know.
meant. Yeah.
Is that the world of Rukon was shaped initially by a team up of many of the gods in their very early years, and first extending out the powers of their individual creation and their domains, that ultimately led to war over what should happen with those created worlds, those created entities, and that a war that lasted countless years, and ultimately ended with the gods coming to a truce and leaving Rukon, the world as it was, to go back to their own domains where they would create without destroying each other's creations to do so.
Why would there be sigil for ancient war of God in this building?
Pretty good question. Either somebody really old or someone looking to bring back some old ways of thinking.
It has me worried, to tell you the least.
Yep. Let's keep looking.
Cool. So going to the next room. It appears that these rooms almost act in a circle. You come to the third room, and
Third room.
yeah, there's another door at the end of
Going
this one.
through the
It's
same series of rooms we've been going through.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So like if we go in through one, then there's another one, and then it leads back to the.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
correct. So now you go into the third room, which appears to be a dining room. Large stone table, but cracked in the center and fallen inward. Some broken stone chairs around it. A glass case with long rusted silverware, and the glass is covered in dirt and cobwebs. Is what you see in here. And lastly, another door that, based on your sense of direction, is really the last room you could have in this space, based on how you've traversed it.
Let us sit down. We have been at this for maybe several hours already. I need to sit down. Let's relax 2 minutes. Finally, in a chair that is not some bloody chess piece or a sticky cocoon to sleep in. If anything, I could easily.
You feel pretty well rested.
Well, that to speak for yourself. You did not have to fight vines in trees and talk to giant ants.
That's something.
Like
Definitely something.
talking ants.
He did,
Talking
however, get
ants?
abducted by some spider people.
That
Yeah,
did
but
happen.
he's sleeping whole time. It's not big deal. He's fine.
It was less stressful than I expected, to be honest.
This place is giving me the creeps, to be honest.
As Nikita says that,
Oh,
you hear and look behind him, and suddenly, where there absolutely was not before, appearing out of thin air, a being, huge arachnid body, but coming up where the spider's head would be is the torso of a gray-skinned humanoid man with 6 glowing red eyes and sharp teeth, long needle-like teeth coming out the front of his face, who screeches. And that's where we're ending tonight's game.
Oh.
Ragtag also screeches.
Hello there.
yeah.
Well, that was something.
General Kenobi.
Jeez.
Oh. Okay. All right. So next week's gonna be intense.
Yeah. Row initiative.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
Think about
excited to roll it
All
right
right.
now.
yeah.
Freaking man spider all week. That's great.
Right.
I love that I said this place gives me the creeps, and then a freaking giant spider thing
Yep.
comes up behind me.
Right behind
Yep.
you.
That
was perfect.
well cued.
Yeah.
That was good.
I was looking at my notes and you said it, and I was like, hey, just fucking
There we go.
That's perfect.
Good an opportunity as
let it
ever.
right in.
Yeah.
Oh
Amazing.
God.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Well, thank you so much to everyone who watched for the night, everyone who was hanging out in chat. We hope you had fun, and we will be next week, same time. So August 13th, 7:30. We hope to see you there for another Tale from Rukon. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
good night.
night.
We're done.